Rastashiyach. King Selassie was Jesus in blackface, hiding from Babylon. Roman oppressors never knew he didn't die on the cross. He escaped to Jamaica. On 420, Yeshua smokes the herbal chalice and curses Hitler's birthday. Christ gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. His eyes are blue and he's not a Jew. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's as blonde as the Lebanese ash he smokes. Yeshua was a Rasta. His pure iron DNA is the most potent strain the world has ever seen. Christ gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. He smokes cross-shaped joints every day. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's not brown like hash, he's white like deity diamond. Was a Rasta. He would smoke hookah on a donkey and teach from the Torah like a true Hyperborean or Rasta man. Christ gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. His eyes are blue and he's not a Jew. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's as blonde as the Lebanese ash he smoke. Yeshua was a Rasta. His pure iron DNA is the most potent strain the world has ever seen. Christ gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. High in Hyperborea was a Rasta. Down Babylon was a Rasta. High in Hyperborea was a Rasta. High in Hyperborea was a Rasta. Down Babylon was a Rasta. Oh yeah. Ay, 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 ay. Brr, ba, bam, 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 brr. From dusty roads to distant lands, he carried one new call. To Greeks and Romans, rich and poor, he spoke to one and all. He told them of a risen king from Israel's ancient line, of signs and wonders, heaven's gates, and God's eternal plan. He spoke of angels, demons, thrones beyond what eyes could see, of miracles and mysteries and life eternally. A carpenter from Galilee who conquered death itself, a story that would travel farther than anyone else. Paul was the greatest Jewish salesman of all. He took a story from Judea and he spread it to us all. Through letters, wrote, and speeches, he answered every call. Paul was the greatest Jewish salesman of all. Hey. He filled the ports and marketplaces with a brand new point of view, inviting every foreign soul to start their lives anew. No longer just one chosen tribe, the message crossed each shore, and nations nations who had never heard were listening for more. He spoke about a heavenly war, a kingdom yet to come, a savior, grace, forgiveness, and the beating of one drum. The empire heard the message as it echoed through the years, changing countless hearts and minds to hope, belief, and fear. Some embraced it without question, some challenged every claim, some called it revelation, some never looked the same. One voice kept moving westward from Jerusalem to Rome, leaving conversation still alive in every home. Paul was the greatest Jewish salesman of all. He took a story from Judea and he spread it to us all. From miracles to heaven, from the greatest to the small. Paul was the greatest Jewish salesman of all. Whether faith or history, conviction or debate, his words reshaped the ancient world and echoed into faith. Reggie.
Yo, what's up, guys? Adam Green here with No More News. Thank you for joining me today, Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. Amalek is here. We're going to be discussing some Judeo Matrix clips and some of the latest drama with Nick Fuentes, Sneeko, Stu, Dan Bilzerian, and all of that internet drama, and some Trump stuff, and some violent attacks in England, and the Shiloh Hendrix updates. We just got started there with a new reggae mix from Paper Jesus, and before that, of course, Rasta Jesus from Evan Williams. powerchat.live/knowmorenews for your comment to be read on the stream. That link is in the live chat on Rumble where we're streaming. What up, Amalek? How are you?
Yo,
there?
what's up? Yeah, I'm here. What's up, dude? Ready to go through that. I like that reggae stuff. You guys keep churning out those songs. Those are awesome. Keep getting those out there. You gotta think too. Even though our stuff gets suppressed and gets spread because it's not in the eCrusader botnet, you know, people do enjoy this stuff. They are liking it. I see when I repost some of them, I see some of the eCrusaders or Groypers and things like that liking it. So it's pretty funny, guys. Keep it up, because that kind of thing, they don't, you don't even tell when music is kind of influencing the way you think about things, right? Art, stuff like that. So keep making it, guys. It's good stuff. Yeah.
AI cultural meme war put into hyperdrive because of AI. Okay, so before we get to the Fuentes drama and all the fun, entertaining stuff, let's watch all of these rabbis and Christians say a bunch of kosher stuff. Starting with, I wanted to go here. Paper Jesus is, who's streaming again too. Paper Jesus is back. He's streaming, I'm seeing now. And he's the one that made that AI mix about Paul is the greatest salesman. That comes from this clip, I believe, is the inspiration for that. This rabbi calling Paul the greatest salesman. Let's refresh on this one again.
Christianity, because it is based, is rooted in the Torah, in the Hebrew Bible. Yes, of course, there are certain things were added to it, and it's interpreted in a certain way. But at root, there are certain healthy, positive, moral bases to Christianity. This was the genius, if you want to put it that way, of the quintessential and most influential Jewish salesman of all time. I refer to Paul.
Paul.
Whose real name was Shaul of Tarshish,
right?
Which is a town on the southern coast of.
It's funny how you ask Jews who's the most successful Jew of all time. They say Jesus. Who's the greatest salesman of all time? Greatest Jewish salesman? Paul.
Did you see Loomer's video? Loomer's new thing that she did with Russia? It's pretty funny. She's very upset that Putin is bombing Ukrainian churches. Complaining about,
that's right. Ukrainian churches. Yeah, I saw that. She just sat down with Zelensky also. I don't know if it's out yet.
One of the things she said was like, I'm not Christian, but Jesus was obviously one of the most fascinating Jews. She said, I was like flipping through it and I saw that.
Okay,
So yeah, that's how they all see it.
modern day Turkey, at that time known as Asia Minor. He's known as Paul, and he really, to some large extent at least, he invented or defined many aspects of what became known as Christianity, and he was the most successful salesman of this new creed to the Gentile masses. He understood that you could not sell Judaism to the Gentile masses.
It was too hard.
And that's okay, that's fine. We are not trying to convert the entire world to Judaism. We do believe, and it is our responsibility to teach the entire world about the Torah, and that the Torah is for all people, Jews.
Wait, was that Pollard? Is that who that was?
Yeah,
is he talking Pollard?
Yeah, Pollard, yeah.
A set of principles and precepts and commandments, Miswot 613 in number, and B'nai Noahides, according to a system of seven Miswot, Sheva Miswot B'nai Noah. That is our responsibility. That is what the Torah teaches. That is true. But Paul understood, being a very perceptive individual apparently, and very persuasive, and very apparently charismatic, he was able to sell this newfangled creed, which was to some extent at least Judaism without the commandments.
Judaism without the commandments, and for the Gentiles.
Well, not just the commandments, right? It was the real specific thing was the circumcision and the kosher dietary issues, right? Like those are the big things. That was the big hurdles that he basically like solved, I would say, or he figured out a way to get around them.
Shalom, HTXJRM. Thank you. Shalom to you. Yeah, the 7 Noahide laws, Messianic Judaism for the Gentiles. Not observing the Sabbath also, because Gentiles apparently aren't supposed to acknowledge the Sabbath, only the Jews. That's only their commandment. So they moved the celebration of Jesus to Saturday.
That's basically what it was.
Sorry, Sunday.
And one thing you could not tell anyone at that time, by the way, no, you could not tell any Gentile population in this part of the world where the main type of meat that was consumed constantly was pork, that you can't have pork. But as soon as you remove that restriction, you could find yourself many converts.
Sign them all up. Converts to Judaism. The Messianic conspiracy. See Through It All is clipping up Sam now, too. You're welcome, Sam. Where'd you go from Twitter, Sam?
Yeah, Sam. Dude, I'm so happy he did this one because I literally sat down and I was like, oh, all right, I got to clip this up because there's so many good parts. And then I looked to my Twitter right before it and I saw he posted the exact. One of the cuts he made is the exact length I had. I think it's actually this one. It's 2 something. Yeah, she's got a lot of good parts in this.
I've listened to her audiobooks. Paul the Apostle to the Gentiles, or Paul the Apostle to the Pagans, I think it is, and then her other book, Early Christianities, or what is her other top one? I'm forgetting.
When Christianity was Jewish, when Christians were Jewish, when Christians were Jews, or something like that.
You know, she converted to Judaism.
Yeah. I think that she knows what we know, and she was like, "Oh, they're obviously winning," and she converted. I've listened to like hundreds of hours of her, and she is 1, wicked smart, and 2, she totally knows when we talk about these things, she sees it that way. She talks about how it wasn't, we think about it as a religion now, but really back then you could have seen this as a political movement. So what Paul's doing is a political movement that's going to, corral in and loop in the. I mean, she said all, and then she says the things about the pagans, like we see it, right? I think that there's like a way that maybe she would disagree with us and call us anti-Semitic for what we say, but I think that she does understand this like this, and she's like, well, I'm joining that team. And I would just say there was probably lots of people who have come to that conclusion over time. It's kind of like I guess Nick is the joke or whatever,
So I've listened to her books, Paul the Pagan Apostle and When Christians Were Jews. That is the 2.
Yeah, if you go to my highlights, I have that book for free on my highlights section, guys. When Christians Were Jews, it's full of really, really good information.
Oh, by the way, I saw a comment the other day. Somebody said that your mic sounded like a little loud. If you could back up a bit or turn it down a little bit. Somebody was saying it sounded overblown, not just like loud on my scale, but overblown. Chat, how are our audio levels between us two talking and then the
Okay, I just turned
video?
I just turned it down.
That we should all repeat our.
I just turned it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. Okay, let's hear Paula Fredrickson here.
Paul's voice is very loud in the tradition, and it pays to pay attention to.
Thank you, William.
William Orange sent $10 on Rumble. When are we watching Torah and Science?
I've had a lot of Mizrahi over the years. I had a lot of Mizrahi on the debate prep night, and then listened to a lot of Mizrahi in the debate. So I just give me a couple days, and then we'll watch the Torah science thing.
Paul's voice is very
I'm ready for it. I just need a little Mizrahi break, and then we'll get to it. I promise.
Paul's voice is very loud in the tradition, and it pays to pay attention to the other people Paul is yelling at, because there are other Jews who are also going to pagans in the name of Jesus to get them to stop worshiping their own native gods. You have a theme in apocalyptic eschatology.
That's the whole point.
Maxed
Out Bear,
$20
Thursday
on
shekels.
Rumble.
Thanks, dude.
Thursday support shekels.
Maxed Out Bear's the man.
That at the end of time, the pagan nations are going to destroy their images, their idols, and turn and worship the God of Israel. That's a very strong theme in Isaiah.
That's the whole theme of Isaiah. And so when Jay Dyer says, I love how all the scholars will say it, Jay Dyer will say it, the rabbis will say it, and they'll go, you believe the rabbis? When everybody else says it too. Like,
Swords into plowshares, boys. Swords into plowshares. Come on, get with it. Read your Bibles.
Yeah. They're just gaslighting. Anybody pretending like this isn't what it's all about is gaslighting and minimizing.
And the fact that Christianity, within a couple of decades of Jesus's execution, is reaching out to pagans is something that I think is explicable only by, again, the urgency of this prophecy. So the fact that it goes to Gentiles, which is, they didn't know this, but we know this, the future of the movement would eventually be with ex-pagans, and not so much with Jews, although there are Jewish forms of Jesus following as well. But the impetus to get pagans to stop being pagans, they're called God-fearers, right, in the Acts of the Apostles.
Yeah, you fear their God, you fear them. You fear that you believe in their prophecies. The whole point of it.
How many pagans like this who would have been interested enough in the Jewish God to attach themselves, to even find out about the Jewish God by hanging around Jews?
I got a question for you.
Big
How much do you think this is true, and how much do you think this is pill pull? The idea that lots of people in the ancient world are interested in Judaism, because I can see both sides of this argument. You know what I mean? I can see
sure
that
there was some. It's inevitable there would be some. I don't know how.
Well, you know how like
exactly
today we have
how
like
many.
lots of liberal people who are like kind of obsessed with any culture that's not our own. I can see Romans and elite Romans, and I read words from read writings and things like that that explain this phenomenon. They were kind of like obsessed with the East kind of thing and obsessed with old texts.
Eastern and foreign, totally.
Yeah. So I can see that, but at the same time, they always do this thing where they're like, oh, everyone just loves Judaism so much, they just can't get enough of it. Oh, the Torah. They needed the Torah. They really just wanted for it. They were asking for it. They were begging for it. So it's like, that's definitely not true. So it's got to be somewhere in between.
Well, they admired things that were old and archaic and antiquity. So they were convinced that the Torah was old. So then
I was going to say,
they might have had reverence for it because of that.
Yeah, they just like assumed that they just like thought that they were telling the truth with like the relics and all these things. That makes sense.
Yeah, kind of just like in America, there's people that get interested in like Eastern Hindu and Buddhism, or even white people, becoming Muslim and stuff. The same type of thing. They just did it for the Jew God. Which I love how she just says it. Everybody just knows it's the Jews and the Jewish God, but then we got our kooks on the internet that go, it's not the Jewish God. What are you talking about? You're Jewish. Like, it's the Jewish God. It says it explicitly in the New Testament. Stop coping.
Pagans like this who would have been interested enough in the Jewish God to attach themselves, to even find out about the Jewish God by hanging around Jews. Was it a big population, or was it a kind of one-off thing here and there? And I think that given how Paul, again, very early, mid first century, how Paul throws around Jewish terms like loose change, right? David, Messiah, Abraham, the scriptures. I mean, he's talking to ex-pagan pagans, right? He can, and the point of letters is communication. Either they had a course in biblical literacy that we should all repeat ourselves, or there was this population of ta'ethne, that Paul could count on understanding what he was saying.
Man, she's getting old. She seems slow in this video.
Yeah,
Should've
her
sped it
and
up.
Pagels.
Pagels.
Elaine Pagels, dude. Yeah, both of them, huh? I mean, it sucks because they're such good scholars and they got stuff, but also like the turning of the generations in biblical scholarship could not happen soon enough. I mean, that's a problem in general, right? Like the geriatric like world we live in, right? But
Yeah.
biblical scholarship definitely needs it.
Okay, here's a little more up at 1.5.
In your book, you refer to Judai's pagans. Is that correct? Is that the term that you use? Judai's pagans? Have I pronounced that correctly?
Judaized pagans. Let me apologize first for using pagans because it's a 4th century word, and it was a word that 4th century Christians came up with to distinguish themselves from Gentiles who were not Christian. Mm-hmm. So it's a put down term. Right. But what it's translating for me is ta ethne, the Greek term for the nations. And the fact is that ethnic groups are defined and define themselves partly in terms of the God they worship. So what we think of as religion, which is a kind of separable category from however else we think of ourselves, religion was part of your ethnicity. It was part of your family. It was part of the location where you were. Traditional gods are local. I mean, the Jewish God is local in Jerusalem. He says so in Psalms.
Yep. Zion is his holy mountain. You're worshiping the Jewish Hebrew foreskin volcano god. Okay, let's stop pretending as if Jews weren't proselytizing Judaism all these years through Christianity. I know, and the Noahide laws.
Christianity is altogether Jewish, right? The founder is Jewish, right?
Oh, so real quick, just one other thing. Because you were mentioning it earlier, the Sunday and Saturday thing. Mm-hmm. According to her book, to Frederickson's book, when Christians were Jews, she says that the Sabbath to Sunday switch likely didn't even happen until the 1st century. I'm sorry, until the beginning of the 2nd century. Mm-hmm. So what that would mean is, think about it. So the 1st century, they're all Jews, and they're going to Sabbath, and they're doing Jesus stuff, right? They're doing the Sabbath and Jesus stuff. And then when it gets open to the Gentiles, that's when they switch it over. And why do they do that? Why? Because they don't want Gentiles doing the Sabbath. That's against their law.
So I've heard 2 explanations. One, there's the total theeshu, Sefer total theeshu, the secret life of Jesus, that says that Paul or Peter, to be deceptive, twisted it and made it so because Jews are gonna all want to keep the Sabbath. So if they switch it so it's a different day, it says they did that to like mess with their things, right? But also I've heard once the Bar Kokhba revolt happened, Christians wanted to distance themselves from Jewish sects of Christianity and Jews in general.
Yeah, I've heard this one too.
Because they were being persecuted by the Romans, or they were at war with the Romans in the revolt, and that's when they changed the time.
That makes sense.
Observing a different day.
In Barnabas, it talks about celebrating the 8th day, and that's early 2nd century, right? So, it's definitely in there pretty early. But I imagine it would have taken a while to get that like through all the Christian communities throughout Europe, or the Mediterranean in general.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To remember that if you're disciples of Yeshua, if you believe that Yeshua died on the cross for our sins and rose on the 3rd day, you believe in a Jewish faith. You grafted in to the commonwealth of Israel. So it's not Christianity versus Judaism. It's Judaism versus Judaism. Do you understand?
Dude, that's exactly what we're saying. That's so funny. Inner Jewish squabble, 2 Jewish sects fighting over who the Messiah is.
True.
A controlled opposition. Christianity is not real opposition to Judaism. It is messianic apocalyptic Judaism, a different form of it. Wow, this would go good in the edits too. Oh, and by the way, where's this that I shared today? I saw this. I noticed some yard workers, not at my house, but I saw the truck of some yard workers had this. Some Mexican laborers. What would motivate a Mexican to have an Israel flag hanging from his rear view mirror in his truck? What do you guys think? What's the only thing that could have a Mexican with an Israeli flag?
No, he must enjoy secularism.
Foreskin ned Gøjsjælene.
Foreskin shekels small hat challenge.
It must be because he supports the secular state of Israel. He's a secular guy and he just loves secularism, so that's why he probably supports it. Or maybe he's a Moloch worshiper. Maybe he's a Luciferian. Maybe he's a pagan. Maybe he's a pagan and he knows that that's the Star of Remphan, so
probably
he's just going
a pagan Catholic because pagans are also Jewish.
So many pagan Mexicans are repping their Israel flags for sure. Definitely has nothing to do with Christianity. I'm sure.
Is it the Schofield Bible's fault or is it Catholicism?
Oh, definitely.
I wonder.
Oh, yeah. If only the Schofield Bible didn't get into this Mexican Catholic's hands, it would have stopped him from putting that up on his car. Who is the streamer whose mother was like, "I love Israel" to Aiden Ross? Who was that?
6ix9ine.
6ix9ine. Yeah. I'm sure 6ix9ine's mother, she likes Israel not because of the Bible or because she's Catholic, but because of all those things we listed.
They try to make it like it's only an American Protestant problem, but you go look at all of South America, they're all got Israeli flags. They're all Zionists. You go look at China and Africa and all where Christianity is spreading in the third world. Yeah. They're not anti-Semites, guys. Guess what? They got Israeli flags and love Netanyahu.
Well, they all act like it's like it's dispensationalism, right? So not even though they don't blame the Protestants, it's not just all Protestants they're blaming, it's specifically blaming dispensationalists. It's like a subset of a subset, right? So meanwhile, it's way broader than that. It's not just Protestants, it's not just dispensationalists, it's not just Catholics, it's all of it. It's the root.
No escaping it.
Christianity versus Judaism.
Wait, is this a rabbi? Is this a Messianic Jew? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a Messianic Jew.
So far
or
sounds like a Messianic Jew and looks like one.
Yeah.
It looks like it reminds me of Messianic. Jew. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, my fedora, by the way, my Jewish Messianic Jewish fedora.
So it's not Christianity versus Judaism. It's Judaism versus Judaism. Exactly. Do you understand? You are in.
Yeah, we're going to defeat the Jews in Judaism by worshiping the Jewish Messiah. That's Judaism fighting Judaism.
By the way, that is not I just have to zoom in. That is not a fedora. That is a flat cap. That's an Irish thing. Very anti-Irish of you, Adam. Very anti-Irish.
Oh, that's right. Fedoras are like little caps, huh?
To the world's most famous Jewish faith. The Messianic faith. You're in that. You're grafted in. Now, praise the Lord, you say amen. But try to preach it to the church worldwide that they follow a Jewish rabbi. They follow the true kind of Judaism. You are grafted in the Judaism of God. Can you imagine that? That God would do that? That God would make me and you brother and sister? You know, I'm so happy that I have so many new brothers and sisters, and I always say we all have the same blood type. Y for Yeshua. Y, right? My blood type is Y. Yeah. So and yours is.
There's
so
your blood going. Your
literal.
same blood type. Y for Yeshua. That is so.
That's so funny.
That's perfect.
We brothers and sisters. Amen.
Blood doesn't matter. The only blood that matters is Jesus. The blood of the Lamb is the only blood that matters to me. That's great.
So this is what we try to show our Jewish
Hank says this guy's a Messianic Jew and has an Israeli accent. Got it.
people, secular and religious, that when we preach Yeshua, we're not preaching a foreign gospel. We're not preaching Christianity. We're preaching the Jewish faith from the first century. Ancient as the rabbinic faith, as what we call today Judaism. But I don't want you to call that Judaism. I want you to say rabbinic Judaism and Messianic Judaism.
Christianity.
If you ever preach to Jewish people, tell them, I'm grafted into the Judaism of Yeshua, into the Jewish faith. I love Yeshua because your people preserved the Bible, because the Jewish people preserved the scriptures for us. Remember, Yeshua's first disciples were all Jewish, and they preached the gospel to the entire world. Because, as I said, it's to the Jew first, and also to everybody else. So, you know, when I see you, I want to say, welcome home. Welcome to the true Judaism of God.
Help me, Jesus! Help me,
Christianity
God!
is all.
Pass. Forget about it. The secular state of Israel cope has to stop. Let's see why. What is this?
Yeah, dude. This is the official
Israel-
government of Israel, but like this is what their government's doing, guys. Like you can just see it. I don't even have to say
All right,
anything.
let's
You
see
can
how
just
secular this is. The secular.
Yeah,
State
very
of Israel.
secular here. Yeah.
Whoa.
אנחנו נמצאים בחפירות חניון גבעתי בגן לאומי עיר דוד,
Excavations in the city
חפירות
of David
משותפות
National
באוניברסיטת
Park.
תל אביב
Joint
ורשות
dig by
העתיקות.
Tel Aviv, Israeli
בימים
Antiquities.
האחרונים אנו חושפים קורות עץ שרופות מחורבן הבית הראשון.
Charred wooden
למזלנו,
beams. Oh, I just saw this. I saw a headline about this.
So-
Charred wooden beams. They claim from the first temple.
Yeah, dude, they are coping on this so hard. I don't care what. I mean, I'll try to be as objective as I can and look at the data and look at the studies and the papers that come out. But just as like a first glance, they're saying they found the first temple and this is where David's tents were and things like that. And it's as ridiculous as saying you found King Arthur's throne, guys. Like that's how I view it. Okay, it's as ridiculous.
Yeah, they're not even going with second temple. They're saying first temple.
Yeah,
I wonder
that's what's
why
crazy.
they argue it's first temple.
Yeah, I want to see the papers.
למזלנו, הקורות האלה השתברו במצב מדהים.
These beams have been preserved.
Dude, they're AIing it too, see?
ארכיאולוגים אוהבים את האירועים שמשאירים לנו את החתימה הזאת, וברגע שאתה מוצא את זה, זה מרגש כל פעם מחדש. עד עכשיו לא היה
thank you.
$10 so Jews won't accept us as anything other than expendable lessers. But Jews won't let us be our own people with our own identity. Hard pass.
Well, what they do is their cope is this, that they're not doing it because we're lesser. They're doing it because they're supposed to bless us and we're supposed to bless them, basically, because blessings come through Hashem to us. So they have this like inner cope of them with themselves where what they're doing is good, right? Like anybody can do great evil if they're convinced that what they're doing is great, is good or holy and things like that, right? So they you could say it, we could say it as Mizrachi, like, really hold his feet to the fire and be like, well, you're basically forcing them. Well, it's slavery. And like from his worldview, he will always say like, oh, no, it's Hashem, it's him doing it. Or, oh, no, it's helping you. It's bringing you back to Hashem. Yeah. They have this view that that what they're doing is like helpful to us. So I agree with you. It is slavery. It's like theological slavery, but we have to like accurately describe it and like go after it that way. Like they do believe in it. I don't think that there are obviously like cynical people who, obviously that exists, but Mizrahi, I don't think is one of those people. And he definitely, I would say, for just as an example, is one of those people who thinks what he's doing and thinks that, he really does think that us all becoming Noahides would be best for us is just what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, you think the world can be ran by the goy? It would be chaos. The Jews have to rule over. That's their burden by Hashem, to rule over the goy. It's their destiny and their mission and their burden.
בכלל עץ עם טבעות. בימים האחרונים
In recent
התחלנו
days, we
לחשוף
started
שכבת
uncovering a destruction
חורבן
layer from the first
מכפת
temple
בית
period.
ראשון. מה שהפתיע אותנו
What
פה
surprises
זה
us here are
קורות
burnt beams,
צפופות, כנראה מהקומה
probably from
העליונה או
the upper
מהגג,
floor or the
שהשתמרו
roof,
בצורה מדהימה.
that were preserved
העץ
amazingly well.
שנמצא
The
פה
wood
זה
found
עץ
here is a
שקמה
sycamore
שאותו
tree.
כבר הכרנו
They
מחלק
already knew
אחר
from
של
another
המבנה
part of the
שכבר
structure we
חפרנו
previously
בעבר.
excavated.
וההפתעה הגדולה הייתה שהיה פה עוד
How do
עץ
they know it's not
מחתני.
just a burnt tree? Or how do they know it's from the temple and not just some other shack or a building also? They're just like, it's just like Netanyahu and his Jesus boat. They find some old boat and they go, oh, it's the Jesus boat. They find some beam and they're like, oh, this first temple is real.
Eru sent $10. That's just more reason to reject the Abrahamic God.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Don't gotta tell
Dude,
me, bro.
They do this with their bloodlines. You saw you were covering the other day. That guy's like, "Oh, I'm descendant of David." It's like, dude, Adam King does it too. Like, you got okay, all right, you're descendant of David.
Meanwhile, that Flesher guy was like, "Nick, you're just an angry little boy. You're not a Roman. You're not Edom. You're not the Roman Empire." Meanwhile, they're King David and they're people of the temple.
They're literally Jacob. Is what they literally think that they are Jacob. Yeah, exactly. And David.
Yeah, he was showing his anti-white hate there, that Flesher guy.
I had a guy. Oh,
Trying
for
to
sure.
rip
I
our
agree.
identity
And
from us.
I agree. That's why I posted that, because it shows that he's attacking Nick for being what? Nick trying to be white. He's attacking him
Italian,
for that and trying to have a white identity or a Roman identity. Also, it's like totally hypocritical, right? Like they literally believe that we are Rome. Flesher has said that in his videos.
Yeah.
Oh,
the rabbis all say it.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, guys, how hard is this? I'm gonna go see it next week. But this goes hard. In the movie theater, the only way to see it, as Nolan intended, in IMAX. I'm not going to see it in IMAX, though. But I thought that was pretty cool.
שיש לו המון טבעות והוא
Coniferous
עוזר
tree here has rings,
למחקר
carbon
הפחמן
14
14.
research.
שזה פשוט נורא נדיר למצוא
Incredibly
עצים
rare to
בתגובת
find trees
הברזל
from the Iron Age in
בארץ,
Israel.
שיש
They have a
להם
nice amount of
כמות
rings.
יפה של טבעות, ופה זה ממש קורות, אם יש הרבה טבעות אז יש
Literary
פה
beams,
פוטנציאל
real research
ממש
potential here.
מחקרי.
ממצא מאוד נדיר של
Very rare
השתמרות
find
כזו
of
של
such
עט
wood
שמעידה לנו גם
preservation.
על רגע החורבן, על הרגע הקריטי של
Test
אותו
of-
אירוע, וגם בנוסף היתרון הגדול זה באמת של השתמרות העט
advantage,
שתורם
really,
לנו
preservation of the
למחקר.
wood
אחד
contributes
הדברים
to
פה
our
שעזרו
research.
לי זה שכבה של טיח, של פלסטר, אני משערת
layer
שהוא נמס
melted from the
מהקירות
walls.
בשריפה, והוא בעצם מגן על הממצאים על הרצפה.
The Assyrians must have done it.
זה
I
תמיד
guess I'm
מרגש
sold.
מחדש. אנחנו לפני תשעה באב, זה גורם לתחושה שאתה ממש ראית את הרגע של
Nebuchadnezzar
החורבן של
lit the match
ירושלים
himself.
ברגע שזה התרחש.
Yeah, they found Nebuchadnezzar's passport in the ruins, guys.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Nebuchadnezzar's passport in the room. That's good. Okay. Arrogant Jew says the Jewish monotheism is the only reason we have science. Oh, yeah, of course. I guess we should
Totally,
have gratitude
for
to
sure.
Jews for
For the
science now,
pagan
too.
people,
Not just the Christians, but the Jews for science, morals, everything. Let's hear.
for the pagan peoples, there's really no need to pursue science because the answer to everything is a particular god. Oh, there's a god of fire. What's fire? Well, there's a god of fire. There's a god of water.
Holy
there's a god
shit.
of the trees. And there's
Hold
a
on,
god
this
of
is
and
the
there's-
backwards
the
view.
simple answer to everything
This is literally every temple back then was like a research institute, like a think tank. They were, oh, we're the cult of Mercury, and we're doing these types of projects, and we're gonna keep our secrets away from the cult of Venus, and that's what they were all doing. They were all doing science, literal science, guys. Like steam engines, like how to do certain types of metal. Like, dude, I'm telling you, like there's so many things that they were doing. Carrier's book goes over this, but there's other literature on this that explains that the temple cults were all like ancient. The idea that we have today of like an ancient thing or of a think tank or like a scientific institute, like Johns Hopkins today, how we think like, oh, that's those people, they help do medical research and help children. That was the temple of, I can't think, whoever the healer god is in like Greek, you know, that like that's how it was back then.
Asclepius?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. There you go. Asclepius. Yeah. And that's how it was back then. So the idea that science, oh, they were just superstitious and just saying, oh, fire god did it, that's totally anachronistic.
Yeah. How about Aristotle, ancient Greece? How about that one? Oh, no. I love how like Candace Owens and people will say science is pagan. And then now they're claiming, no, all science. Christians will claim, oh, we would have no science without the church. And now Jews, of course, are saying, well, you Christians would have no Christianity without Jews and no science without Jews. Let's hear the logic here. Already it's bad. Oh, they have lots of gods, so they're not into science. Yeah, the Romans didn't do any science before they started believing the Torah. They were guilds, right? They were guilds. This is great.
God of fire. What's fire? Well, there's a god of fire. There's a god of water. There's a god of the trees, and there's a god of this, and there's the simple answer to everything is there's a god for that, you know. And whereas the monotheist sees no, there's a creator god who's above all that, and he created all this stuff. So let's try to understand how he created all this stuff. And so, like monotheism actually. And various philosophers have said this. This isn't my idea. That monotheism.
Dude, only Jews and monotheism makes people want to figure out things. Didn't you know? This is crazy, dude. This is like Rabbi Mizrahi claiming that what is his line? I've seen him in the clip, and then he said it in the stream I did with him. He said, "Not even 1% of like everything comes from the Jews." The Goy haven't even done 1% of all the good things in the world or something like that.
Directly leads to the pursuit of modern science and technology and the desire to want to improve the world as well. That God gave us a mission to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And
nobody would improve anything without the Jewish God, of course.
So you'll see that some of the greatest scientists, philosophers, physicians, mathematicians in history were very religious people, whether it's the Rambam, who's this great physician, or the Ibn Ezra, who was a rabbi, and also an astronomer with a crater on the moon named after him, or Avram Zacuto, who was a rabbi, but who created the charts, the astronomical tables that Christopher Columbus used to navigate and discover America, or in Muslim mathematician, Al-Khwarizmi and various others who, in the Islamic world during the Islamic Golden Age, when they still cared about science.
You mean like when the Abrahamic religions took over everywhere and almost everybody was religious? So any science gets attributed to them.
$50.
Thank you,
I thought this
Macrometer.
went back to Anaxagoras and was refined by Plato and unified by Aristotle.
It did. This rabbi they're ignorant. They don't know. They're lying. Whatever it is, Jews just have like extreme ethno-narcissism that they want to take credit for everything in the world, apparently.
Not so much today. That came up with such important scientific leaps. So all that actually comes out of monotheism, right? The pagan Arabs were not famous for any kind of scientific inquiry or discovery, but the Islamic Arabs did come up with a lot of interesting, useful innovations and inventions and things like that. So monotheism actually directly leads to wanting to improve the world, wanting to understand how the one God created everything and so on. So that's the importance of part of the importance of Shema is proclaiming God's unity, why it's so important, why monotheism is so important to the world. That's what allowed us to create this world that we have today that has so many comforts, and that we've created a better world because of monotheism. And ultimately, we will have a perfect world when
Redneck Mullet sent $5 on Rumble. Thursday shekels, Thursday.
Thank you, Loki. Always reminding me what day it is, Loki. Appreciate you, bro.
And ultimately, we will have a perfect world when everybody unites and we have world peace because of monotheism.
Yeah, perfect world, Jewish utopia when everybody unites and worships the Jewish Bible, the Bible God together.
Knows no limits.
Seriously, apparently the chutzpah does know no limits.
KD Hanzo sent $5 reading OT again. Forgot how trashy Yahweh is. Are there modern Jews who view Yahweh as psychotic and schizo?
I'm sure there are. Christopher Hitchens, if you want to call him Jewish, although I think it's just a little bit. He said those things.
Very famous teaching, and the Baal HaTurim says this, that on the first 10...
I'm getting rabbied out here.
By the way, I got you. Go in the chat. I got you. I posted in the chat. I got something to spice you up a little bit. Bring it back onto the rabbi plantation. See, Adam, guys, you just got to play his fiddle a little bit. You just got to get him some good clips, some funny rabbi clips.
We played this one on the show the other day.
Oh, we did?
Mizrahi on Shaq. Yeah, I played that.
Oh, okay. We did? Okay. Unfortunate. That was a good one.
There's a little Noahide theme going on here, too, for a reason.
Who is one of the Gedolim of the religious Zionist community, and he feels that we need to be teaching Sheva Mitzvah B'nai Noach. That, well, they have 7 obligations, Gentiles. How are they supposed to know about them? Isn't that our obligation as Jews to teach them? Yeah. And he's doing a lot of work in that area of teaching the 7 Noahide laws to Gentiles. That's what it means, or one way of understanding what it means to be a light to the nations. To be a light to the nations means that we need, practically, are we teaching Gentiles what it means to be moral and ethical and to live according to the values and the wisdom of the Torah? So he says the time is now. We have the opportunity to do it. By the way, there's a rabbi in Israel today, Rabbi Uri.
7 Noahide laws. Now check out this guy. Self-describing as a Noahide.
So tell me what the Talmud says about
I'm not
Israel.
Jewish, dude.
Are you
I'm
not?
I said that like you're so
I don't
dumb.
believe you. I think
Can
you
we
are
get someone
Jewish.
Smarter up here. Okay,
I think
fine,
you are
I'm
Jewish.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, are you a Christian? What do you believe?
No, I'm a Noahide, dude. I'm not a Jew.
You are a Jew.
The Jews follow
Noahide laws or
613.
Judaism.
The Noahide laws are in the Old Testament. Holy shit.
Exactly. So you're a Jew. You're a Jew pretending I'm a Noahide. You're just making shit up.
Oh my gosh.
You're
Jews are not Noahides. In fact, they have 613.
The Noahide laws are what Israel's pushing right now. You can only
is.
worship one God in the Noahide laws, correct? Who's that God?
Correct.
Which God is
God
that?
of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Yes. So, but it doesn't agree in the Noahide laws that Jesus is the Son of God, correct?
No, I do not believe Jesus is the Son of God.
Exactly. So,
that's true.
So you believe in the Noahide laws and you believe in the God of Abraham, correct?
Yes.
So you basically are a Jew.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh my God, that guy's an idiot.
Exactly. So you're basically.
Holy shit.
He thinks, okay, well, Jesus is the God of Abraham, so you're a Jew. Right? Is that what you're gonna say?
This is, I mean, yeah, there's that, and then there's also the fact that he just walked through explaining the category and he didn't understand his own categorization.
Yeah.
What the hell? Dude, following just
you're
the
worshiping the
Noahide
Jewish
laws and
Messiah
worshiping
and
the
have a
guy,
circumcised heart, so you're a Jew.
Johansen $5. Imagine
So
how
true,
advanced
Johan.
mankind could be right now if we hadn't wasted trillions of hours on Abraham.
It breaks my heart to think of a world where there was no Abrahamism that took over and all of the countless resources and time and mental power and everything went towards these fairy tales. Think about all the money that has been spent in the Jesus industry throughout history.
Oh, that too.
Every
that was
book,
the entire
every tithe,
economy.
every church, every priest, every course, everything.
I mean, people talk about how like, oh, the rich are so rich today and they have all the land and they have all the resources. The church was like that for hundreds of years, centuries. That's how the church was. So yeah, I mean, that's how it was. Oh shoot, what was I gonna say? Just play it.
Do not believe Jesus is the Son of God.
Exactly. So,
That's true.
So you believe in the Noahide laws and you believe in the God of Abraham, correct?
Yes.
So you basically are a Jew.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So you're basically
do I
a
keep kosher?
Jew.
Do I do Shabbats? Do I do any of that? No.
Yeah. No, actually, if he is a Noahide, by definition, he's a Gentile and not a Jew, actually. This Christian's more of a Jew than the Noahide is. Christians are more Jewish than Noahides, guys. Can you believe that? Because they think they're the new Israel. They think they're Jewish inwardly, right? A Noahide doesn't think they're Jewish inwardly. They know they're a Gentile. Christians, though, they want to say, no, if you're not a Christian, you're a Gentile.
My account is like semi-popular. People like a lot of like religious Jews retweet my stuff because they think this whole thing is funny and obviously got good scholarship and stuff like that. And I constantly get them in my replies and shit, trying, you should become a Noahide. You know the Bible so well. You could debunk the New Testament for us and all sorts of stuff. So they're always this idea that they don't like try to preach and that they don't try to convert people. Like, well, first of all, I don't think that's true either. Because they're constantly asking, convert. But the big thing is by trying to get people to become Noahide is the main conversion method, and they're doing it constantly. They're like on the lookout for people. Oh, that person could work out good on our team. You know what I mean? Like it's like a dodgeball team, and they understand that if they go get the good players, their team has like a better chance of winning, and they just instinctually know that. I don't think anything like command. I don't think there's a whole lot of like commanding or teaching of that going on. I think that they just like kind of instinctually know that that's how the system works.
I love how this Christian's calling this Noahide a Jew, but it's like the Jews call Christians almost perfect Noahides. Only the Trinity is the only thing that doesn't make you a perfect Noahide, and they even make exceptions for that. So Acts 15, the proto-Noahide law list there, you're basically a Noahide. I'm sorry, as a Christian, are you pro-blasphemy and pro-idol worship? No, you just don't think the Trinity is idol worship.
No, most of the people that founded Israel are atheists, so I don't know.
Why are you bringing up Judaism then right now? If I'm a guy that's supporting genocide and I'm just the evil of evil, why would I be scared to tell you especially that I'm a Jew? I'm not a Jew.
Yeah, he's by definition a righteous Gentile. It's still Jewish. He's following the Jewish religion, and he's like under Jewish mind control still, but he's not technically a Jew. Let's hear more from this guy on this Sean Kelly show. I think this is the 1-on-10 debates. I wish I could do something like that. Jesus never said salvation comes from the Jews. Oh, really?
Salvation comes from Jesus.
No.
Salvation comes from Jesus.
No. He said salvation comes from the Jews. He said this to the Samaritans.
No, he did not. Jesus never said Jew. There is no word in. See, here's the problem with people like you that don't know the Bible.
That I know.
Dude, hold on, guys. Sorry, I have to do this again. I just retweeted her a couple days ago saying this. Is Kim a Russian agent? This is the beginning of the end of America. That's the headline she does all the time.
And it's going to be over the fucking military thing too, right? That's what it's about? Is that what it's just about?
Probably. George Galloway.
Fuck
She said it the other day when Lindsey Graham died. She's like, oh, Putin killed him and we're not doing anything about it. That's the end. That's the sign of the end of America.
So sick of her shit.
She had some manager that worked for RT or Russia or something at one point. I think she is a Russian agent, man.
Her ads, I mean, look, we talk about this all the time. There's like people who are just idiots that are falling for the Russian line because that's just like where their culture, where their information comes from.
We're winning this debate everywhere.
We are.
Line them up.
Yeah.
We're knocking them down. one after the next, white heart emoji.
Yeah, I'll go on this guy's show and take out 10 Christians or Jews or whoever they want, Abrahamists, whoever they want to bring. Russian asset at a minimum. Russia propaganda. Oh, wellness.
Well, she's definitely getting money from Russian. Yeah, I was gonna say she's a wellness
on
company
RT
person,
all the time. Oh, imagine my shock.
Well, not just all those stuff, but she's getting money. I mean, the wellness company stuff for sure, but her other sponsors are the same way. It's all, especially since COVID, she's really doubled, tripled down.
Well, George Galloway is like literally a communist, anti-Western Russian agent.
Yeah,
like
and remember what she promotes
literally
too.
a Russian agent. Like
and she refuses to acknowledge any sort of legitimacy to white identity, while she personally promotes like importing foreigners like into America, because
and she does the stupid Jesus isn't Jewish shit also.
Oh my dude, she did the other day that Jesus isn't Jewish, he's a Judit. He's a Udin.
Yeah,
remember that?
Everybody's clowning on her, and she's getting community noted, and just total L's. Thank you. Expose the enemy. What's up, John? Says the oligarchs that prop her up on Rumble are allied with Russia's anti-democracy agenda.
Yeah, and she did the Jesus and Jewish thing, and I was making fun of it, and some of the Groyper's knee crusaders are at this point even making fun of it. So we are they are seeing how ridiculous this is when they see stuff like that. Like even Groypers can see her say he's not Jewish, he's Yudin, and be like, okay, well I never want to act like that because that's obviously retarded.
That's what this guy's about to say in the clip we're watching. Oh, here we go. Look, this is just me, just from July 13th, 10 days ago. This woman loves being an anti-Western shill for Russia. Look, she said, guys, this is the point. The American empire is officially fallen. This was a test about killing Lindsey Graham. She's also the one that pushed Netanyahu's dead and it's AI. I just saw a tweet of her doing that a few months ago. And she's doing the Charlie Kirk conspiracy, and she did the Ball bank account and the beef jerky shit from Epstein. Like all of the kosher opposition talking points she pushes. Anyway, sorry, I was just scrolling Twitter and saw this again.
Well, the House went and did it. They passed the NDAA,
like, how is the FBI?
which
Like,
enshrined...
okay, deport Sneeko, FBI get Sneeko, Loomer get Sneeko, for all those things, sure. But can they actually go after this stuff? Because if I was at the head of the FBI, that's what I would be doing. I would be crushing this shit. How is Trump not seeing this? He's not even like in line with Russia anymore. They kind of like used him and moved on. I don't understand how his department. I mean, they're just so incompetent, is what I gotta assume. How are they not like going after these people that are all obviously doing this? There's no way that the government couldn't just like crack open their books and figure this out, right? Like this is obvious to us.
Look at this stupid.
It's obvious like this.
I know. Look, the ear
He's
canal
dead.
is AI. And she says, not to mention, if you showed me this picture, I didn't tell me who it was supposed to be, I wouldn't guess correctly. What do you mean? It looks exactly like Netanyahu. Just wrong. Remember March 19th? She told you Netanyahu was dead.
Dude, all the people who said that Netanyahu's dead that was in the chat too, by the way, remember, we remember you. We don't know right now. We don't remember right now, but we're getting AI solutions. We're getting Abrahamic Palantir to scan all the videos of Adams. And so that we can go back in time and look at it. And I'm gonna when we get the AI that can scan all of Adam's episodes, we're gonna find the one where I was making fun of you in chat, and I'm gonna go back and find your name and make fun of you.
Salvation comes from Jesus.
No, he said salvation comes from the Jews. He said this to the Samaritans.
No, he did not. Jesus never said Jew. There is no word in. See, here's the problem with people like you that don't know the Bible.
That I know
let me finish. Nowhere in the Bible does it say Jew. In the original Koine Greek writing, it says Judeos or Dei, which means Judah or Judean. It does not say Jew.
But you said it said
Time out. Let me finish.
Okay, well then I guess the Jews didn't kill Jesus then, because it's the exact same. I love how they all regurgitate this lie and they don't even go and look it up themselves. They get it from memes. They'll say, you don't even know the Bible, and then they'll get something wrong and that we correct them, and then they just keep repeating it over and over again. Sorry, but just in Matthew 2 when it says where's the one born king of the Jews, Iudean. And then when we got Iudean, speaking of the Jews killing Jesus, Iudean, same word in Greek. Synagogue of Satan declaring themselves Jews, Iudeus, just a different tense. Not talking about different people, a different sense. And then there we go. Salvation is of the Jews. Iudean. So this guy is just completely wrong. The Greek, this is like saying, oh, the letter J didn't exist, so Jesus isn't a Jew. That's how stupid this is and how cope it is. All right. Same word. So if Jesus isn't Jewish, then the Jews didn't kill Jesus. Same exact Greek word, Iudean.
Also, this can be like reversed towards us. I think this can be jujitsu towards us. When did we start calling ourselves white people or Europeans, guys? Oh, that's right. Our identity has formed over the last 2,000 years, and our word and our language and things like that has formed over the last 2,000 years. So if the word Jew doesn't mean Jew, okay, and it just means, oh, Judean and all these other, then they can basically reverse that towards us, okay? This is a very stupid and bad way to view identity, to associate it with the exact wording of the modern word. That's dumb. Language evolves over time, and so do identities. It doesn't discount the idea of the identity or the word.
Also, guess what? If Jesus is the Messiah and the Jews are rejecting their Messiah, that means Jesus is the Jewish Messiah. If Jesus came to his own and they did not accept him, that means that his own, and the Jews killed him, Jesus is Jewish. Jews rejected their Messiah, or Jesus is not Jewish. You can't have both. Sorry.
Original Koine Greek writing, it says Judeos or Dei, which means Judah or Judean. It does not say Jew.
But you said
Time out. Let me finish. Jew was added much later when English was translated because Judaism wasn't even Judaism at first. It was called Yahwism, and Yahwism was created after the time of Jesus.
Yahwehism was created after the time of Jesus. Now he's doing the other kosher talking point that Christianity is older than Judaism.
It's that stupid meme we always see where it's like the branching tree paths or whatever. They all believe some version of that. It's really dumb. It's a really low IQ.
Translated because Judaism wasn't even Judaism at first. It was called Yahwism, and Yahwism was created after the time of Jesus. Yahwism was created between 70 to 300 AD in Mesopotamia, Babylon, by rabbis, right?
Did John 4:22 say salvation comes from Jesus, like you said?
It comes from his people.
Correct, because he comes from the house of
Jews are not his people. Nobody knows.
Incredible.
Jews are not his people. So it comes, dude, he just completely contradicted himself and doesn't even see how.
Correct.
Do you understand how dumb? Every single church and scholar and every single thing, everything in the world denies what this guy is saying. Do you guys understand how dumb this is?
Every church father, and he's up here yelling like he's in the right and just making a fool of himself.
Oh yeah, he's making himself look like a complete idiot. Like even if, dude, we cannot associate anti-Zionism with these types of people, guys. We're gonna lose
with these losing talking points that are so easy to be dunked and laughed at by all the real churches and serious people is dead on arrival strategy.
Like, if we were trying to do like a political thing and try to do anything political, would you ever basically say, okay, what we need to do is we need to get all the flat earthers on our team? Because that's what's going on right now, basically, is that's who we're getting in this. And if people aren't willing to push back, even Christians should be pushing back against this. That's the thing too. If you're like a real Christian, okay, I disagree. I don't think it's true, but they should be pushing back against this stuff. You know what I mean? They should see it the way we do. Groypers should be attacking people like this. This is stupid shit for idiots.
Babylon, by rabbis, right?
Did John 4:22 say salvation comes from Jesus, like you said?
It comes from his people.
Correct, because he comes from the house of David.
Jews are not his people. Nobody knows who Jews are today. The Jews changed the Bible later, specifically after the Schofield Bible.
Did oh my God? Did Paul say Jews are not his people? No, he didn't. He said that their call is irrevocable, and they're the oracles of God, and God has not abandoned his people.
He's like the Israelite of Israelites, he says, or something like that's the tribe of Benjamin. And
this guy reminds me of that one actor that played Venom. What's his name? Tom Hardy. Christian. Tom Hardy, Crusader.
Jews are not his people. Nobody knows who Jews are today. The Jews changed the Bible later, specifically after the Schofield Bible.
The Jews changed the Bible in the Schofield Bible. Dude, again, the Schofield Bible is the King James translation. It's the same translation. God.
And the footnotes don't even say what they think.
The Bible when Jews actually wrote the Bible.
Yeah, not only did Jews write the Bible, but the Schofield Bible itself. Like, okay, I've read through most of those footnotes, by the way, from the last time we covered this, with Hitler hated Christ. He posted tons of original Schofield Bible pages, and I was reading the footnotes. I gotta tell you guys, this isn't just like when we say this is overblown. We couldn't even describe to you how overblown it is. The footnotes that are in the Schofield Bible do very, very little like what I would say is like new things. It's basically like the modern views that Christians have, that most Protestant Christians have, are right there in that Bible, exactly how they're pronounced or described today. Like, I don't this idea that like, oh, they went through and changed it. He literally seems to think that the Schofield Bible.
So salvation is of the Judeans. Oh, okay. That is so much
so
better.
much better. Yeah. Oh, it's the salvation comes from the Judeans. So much better. Not
he literally
Jews.
thinks that the Schofield Bible is like that. Like some sinister Jews went through the Bible and put the word Jew in 1,000 times in the Bible.
Yeah.
That's what he seems to think it actually is.
Before Schofield, nobody thought Jesus was Jewish, apparently,
So
and nobody
stupid.
thought the Jews were the chosen people. It's funny.
Never said Jew because Jew didn't exist. Jew was created in the Middle Ages. The word Jew did not exist till like the 1500s.
Dude, the word Jew is Ayudayan and Yehudi, bro. This is the dumbest argument.
This is so stupid.
This is like saying Jesus didn't exist because he wasn't called Jesus until that time.
Yeah, exactly. And we should use that a lot more. It's like saying bread didn't exist. The word that we have for bread didn't exist until the Middle Ages too, you fucking idiot. But what did the Romans eat for their entire empire?
It's like these guys don't actually their research consists of like watching Ian Carroll TikTok video. Oh, well, Ian Carroll on Hodge Twins says, "Oh, Schofield was done by the Jews and he Judaized the Bible."
I agree with you that is how they did the research, but it's actually worse than that. So like when I go to do research or I'm going to sit down, I'm like sitting down with my drink and I got my computer and I'm reading something on one screen. I put some nice music on. I'm trying to listen and learn and like get the information into my brain. These guys are getting it while on the shitter, scrolling through TikTok and seeing the comments and some memes and some TikTok and some in the replies, and then that's going into their brains as a memory bank, and they'll be like, "Oh, research done. There we go. I did my reading for today. I read 15 Schofield memes." Like that's how they're getting the research. So it's not even like intentionally trying to learn anything.
Yeah, arrogantly ignorant, says Macrometer. Yeah, that is the vibe I get from a lot.
Actually,
of
the J was invented in 1524. So Jews are just foolish.
I guess Jesus isn't Jesus then. Call him Yeshua. If Jesus didn't exist. He did it. He did J didn't exist till 1625. I love how he has like his factoid meme that he heard before.
Yeah, they remember numbers. Oh, if I just say the number, that'll sound smart. That's funny. I'm looking at Cross Bible right now to see the John 4:22. I've looked at this before, but even in the whole context of it, that's exactly what it means. And I don't read Greek proficiently or anything like that, but I'm going through and looking at it. And guys, this is the whole premise of this. It says our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews claim that the place where we must worship is in Jerusalem. The woman, Jesus replied, "Believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father, neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. For you Samaritans worship what you do not know. We should worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews." So see, it's literally in the text talking about Jerusalem, talking about Zion, talking about the place, the physical location that God dwells. So even if it was like they added Jews in there later, so what, you're telling me that they added all these verses in? Because these verses don't make sense unless they're about the mountain of Zion and the Father, that they all were, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is so stupid. This is very low IQ. And you can look at the Greek, you can see Iudeos in there, and understand where
look. He acts like this is just a Schofield Christian Zionist thing. No, even the supposed based Eastern Orthodox Christians, their study guide says the same verse. Yeah, it's about the Jews. They don't deny that Jesus is Jewish. Are you kidding me? You'd be thrown out of the church. Does Jay Dyer deny that Jesus is Jewish? No, not even close.
Yeah, that's what I have right now. Is that the Orthodox
Brother
Greek
Nathaniel denied it, and he's kicked out of the church. So there you go.
Hell yeah. See ya, dude.
And this is disappointing to see Dawson here with this e-crusader, this literal Instagram e-crusader that was a Zionist like a few minutes ago. Let's hear.
Well, here we have these Schofield Christians, like if you want to even count that. I don't know.
Schofield, yeah. We'll hopefully start waking people up and winning them over.
Well, a lot of people go, when I tell them, you know that your Bible has some weird things about it. And they kind of go, what? That's another one. When you're talking with the Christians, it's like, What do you?
Only problem with the Bible is Schofield, right? The real Bible's super based and good and not Jewish at all. Nothing subversive there. Only Schofield, a footnote, the footnote that destroyed everything.
It's so dumb. The most of their changes happen in like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th centuries, right? Redactions, changes, editing, removing female apostles, adding in things for
winning them over.
Well, a lot of people go, when I tell them, you know that your Bible has some weird things about it. And they kind of go, what? That's another one. When you're talking with the Christians, it's like, what do you mean? And they go down the Schofield path and they realize, well, what do you mean this wasn't how the Bible was? This isn't the teachings of the Bible. That's a good path to send them down because it's fake Christianity to a large extent because it was never, why are we talking about as if there's some sort of God sin? They weren't. They had their entire chosenness revoked over and over.
He literally says it's irrevocable. Paul says that, dipshit. You wait. He has Romans 11. Wait.
He has Romans 11 tattooed on him.
He literally has it tattooed on his.
Crazy.
Dude, imagine having that tattooed on your arm and not knowing this. How crazy is this, guys? They're literally like super fans who saw the trailer to the movie, watched the trailer, and now they never watched the movie, never read the book. Dude, guys, so
I don't know if it's in this clip, but he holds up his arm. He has Romans 11 tattooed on his arm. Not the verse. It says Romans 11 something else. Romans 2. God did not reject his people. They're only blinded, stumbling block, darkened. But then, do not boast against the Gentiles. Do not boast against the branches that support you.
It's 1129. 1129. That's what you're looking for. 1129.
Okay. As far as the gospel is concerned, they are enemies for your sake. But as far as election is concerned, they are loved on account of the patriarchs. For God's gifts and his call are irrevocable. Irrevocable. Dude, that is so crazy.
Dude, 11.
He's got it tatted on his arm.
Oh my God.
He flexed it. He flexed his scripture, and look at what his scripture. That's why I laugh so hard. Amalek clipped this, and I'm like, dude, Romans 11, really?
They weren't. They had their entire chosenness revoked.
We're chosen now. Jake laughs. Not chosen anymore. Dude, stop pretending they were ever chosen. By wanting to be the new chosen people and have the covenant, you're affirming their whole foundation.
Over and over and over. That's what the second half of the Old Testament.
You do know there's a new covenant, right?
They've been kicked out of a few places here too, but
I think for no reason brought up earlier, I was listening. You said one way to reach these people, so that's what we're trying to being practical here. Is Epstein, like that is such an indefensible thing and deeply tied to the Israeli state.
Yeah,
you can try and stop worshiping. Like, look, man, this is why don't you go read the 8th chapter of John if you want to feel how Jesus felt about these Pharisees.
Yeah. What do you say in that chapter? Like,
you're not of my father. Your father's a devil and a murderer and a liar from the beginning. When I speak truth, you cannot hear me, for there is no truth in him. Da, 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 da.
So it perfectly sums up the Epstein class.
Yeah.
It's like these are almost like the same people 2,000 years ago that are like running the temples and having him killed.
I love how he says it's the same people, but he says they're not the same people.
I hate them. I hate these people. I hate them. Please get them away from us. Get them away. Please send them to the moon or Mars or Antarctica. The ocean?
We can't allow the people that woke up 5 minutes ago with brain damage and the lifelong Christian Zionists be leading the talking points against the Jews. I'm sorry. We just can't. Amazing. Jews are here to build a kingdom here on earth. How will that be accomplished? Noahide laws.
Whoever wrote John, he really did. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's like some stuff like that in there, and it has had reverberating consequences for 2,000. It's crazy actually to think about, right? Like, because I don't think it was inter-Jewish.
Birchbone sent $5. Schofield has to be the most powerful villain in the E-Crusader comic book universe. Single-handedly rewrote the Bible, and only moron podcasters were able to figure it out.
True. Good point.
But it's crazy how all those polemics have gotten read in the way they are today, right? Like, imagine you wrote of something today. Like, imagine if your Jesus Deception book in 2,000 years is being cited to be for anything at all, right? Like, isn't this crazy? This idea.
I don't know why Dawson is like encouraging the idea to like create more low IQ E-Crusaders. Like, do you want our issue, our main issue with Jews to be that they rejected Jesus? Some Jewish schism where they're calling each other satanic? Come on. This isn't pragmatic. We're just going to turn all the Christians, as if the Christians and the seminaries and the pastors don't know John. Don't know the beef between Jesus and the Pharisees. Like that's some new information that you're just going to put on TikTok and everybody's going to wake up and hate Israel all of a sudden.
So dumb. Yeah, and if they, we gotta find God and go back to church. Listen, the number of people who go and become more religious and start reading the Bible, they are going to become less critical of Jews across the board. Stop. You guys they have to understand this. If the whole idea here is like, we're gonna be critical of Jews and we should tolerate the Christians, and here let's even spread Bible verses and things like that. Like you telling them to read the Bible and having more relationship with the Bible is telling them to become more philo-Semitic. Also, I would just say, like, I don't think that the John 8 passages that necessarily those need to be interpolation. I do think that the John 7 passages are likely interpolation, but the whole thing, that whole section could be. So, it doesn't need to be for the arguments. I'm just saying, like, even if it's true the way they are saying it, it would have been added in later. Is a possible. Like I said, I'm not saying
Dawson and Jake, who aren't Christians, trying to portray Jesus as like some based anti-Jewish leader, is falling directly into the trap. How is that not obvious still at this point?
It's so stupid. And the Jews didn't pay for the Schofield Bible. I have tried to look into this unlimited time, like unlimited hours.
No, somebody made it up and everybody repeats it.
Right here. On this earth. We're here to build God a kingdom on this earth. That is the goal, to build a kingdom for God on this earth. How do you build a kingdom for God on this earth? So for all the righteous nations of the world, you are here to do that through the 7 Noahide laws. No killing, no illicit relations, no abominations, no idol worship, my friends. Throw away the idols. No stealing. No Aver Menachai, no ripping limbs off live animals, which means all types of animal cruelty. Set up courts. Opposite, connect to God with Him. You see that kingdom by us keeping.
This rabbi is too much.
I love how you can't handle the rabbi sometimes. It's so funny.
I know.
I love when they do that. I love when they. This is so good. You're gonna like this one.
Okay.
The biggest divide in our country is not left versus right. It's top versus bottom. Billionaires want us looking left and right at each other so that we're not looking up at them. The people at the top.
I saw some edit where they edited together all of his speeches and appearances, and this is like completely scripted, rehearsed. He does this verbatim, exactly the same every single time. All rehearsed. It's all such bullshit.
Eru sent $10. Adam and Amalek. How you two haven't taken up heavy drinking when watching all this stuff is praiseworthy.
Moderate drinking to cope sometimes. Thank you, Paper Jesus.
$50. Great show, guys. Thanks for the shout out, AG.
You got it, dude. Thanks for the content and the AI videos. All the support.
Work so hard to keep us angry and divided.
Oh, they're dividing
because
us.
Our unity is a threat to their wealth and their power. So their social media algorithms and their cable news networks tear us apart. They divide us by party, by race, by gender, by religion, so that we don't notice that they're defunding our schools, gutting our healthcare, and cutting taxes for themselves.
Yeah, religions and races wouldn't have any division if it weren't for the elites dividing us. Exactly. This guy's a South Park episode. I know, dude. It's like this guy's such a stereotype of like the young conservative politician. I love how they have the black guy right up there with them too.
Yeah, that's
of course.
Good stuff.
The only black guy. They're like, hey, put him right there on the old truck with him. Optics.
And their rich friends. It is the oldest strategy in the world. Divide and conquer.
Interesting.
But we will not be conquered. We're underdogs in this fight. We're going up against those billionaire mega donors and their puppet politicians. We're going up against a rigged system. And we're going up against a lot of money.
Just like Jesus.
But I'm a former middle school teacher. I don't scare easily. And Texans don't scare easily.
We ain't scared. Freedom.
My granddad was a Baptist preacher in South Texas. He taught me that we follow a barefoot rabbi who gave 2 commandments: love God and love neighbor. Because there is no love of God without love of neighbor.
Here it goes, though. Get ready.
There's more.
Every single person bears the image of the sacred.
Big Swag Fella sent $10 on Rumble. Donnie Darkened and Amalek are our token black guys. Smiley face emoji.
What?
Is that the new theory? They think Amalek's black? That's funny.
Yeah, dude.
Black, Jewish, Fed, Groiper General. He
Also
wears many
you.
hats. Me, yeah, my sock puppet.
Every single person is holy. Not just my neighbors who look like me, or pray like me, or vote like me. Those billionaires are trying to keep us from seeing all that we have in common.
All we got to do is just love each other, and then we'll win, guys.
This
Gotta
is a
love
Christian
each other and
message,
follow
by the
our
way.
barefoot rabbi.
This is a Christian, by the way. These like,
Yeah,
I don't know what
real
to tell you
Christian.
guys. Everyone's crying. Oh, he's not a real Christian because he cited apocryphal texts. He cited Thomas. Remember that? Remember he did that a couple weeks ago. He cited Gospel of Thomas and all. He cited the Gospel of Thomas gender bending thing that we were talking about the other day. He cited that in an interview, and all the Christians were like, "This is heresy. He cited a heretical book," and started freaking out. So
Chat saying Nigalek. No, Amalek's not black, but I am, actually. That's the real truth.
Yep. Well, you
Not
did play
Jewish,
basketball.
Black. Played basketball. Green. Draymond Green. AC Green. Clearly black.
They're trying to keep us from realizing that there is far more that unites us than divides.
Military intelligence, right? They say, I saw that one too. Amalek's military intelligence.
us. Because once we do, we will come together. Across party, across race, across gender, across religion.
Come together
to take power back for ourselves and our communities.
Let's just come together and take our power back, okay?
2,000 years ago, when the powerful few rigged the system, that barefoot rabbi walked into the seat of power and flipped over the tables of injustice.
How is he not in trouble for this?
To those who love
How is he
this
not in
state.
trouble for this, by the way?
To those who love this country. To those.
Yeah, by the way, now Jake and whoever else, do you see why I get upset when you do he had a whip in the moon in the temple? Because it's a fucking rabbi, bro, and everybody knows it.
And do you see how this is? Okay, first of all, if that was true, it's an anti-capitalist polemic. Like, I can't even just, that's the best way to describe it. If it would be Jews who don't want to pay temple taxes to the other Jews because they're saying they're corrupt and they're taking too much money and blah, blah, blah. You're misappropriating funds. Okay. So it would have been an anti-capitalist Jew fighting against the temple. But how crazy is this? He just linked today's billionaires and powerful people to the Jews in the same way Tucker Carlson did. How crazy is this?
Dude, look at this. I just realized we're in front of a white chapel on an old truck with the old Texas flag and a shed barn in the background, surrounded by all white people and one black dude on the truck with them. Dude, this is peak conservative Christian optics right here.
Well, this is for left. He's leftist. He's a left wing, right? So it's like they're trying to appeal to. I mean, look, there's like a growing class of what I would call like left wing or middle ground people who are just going to fall for this. White people. I mean, and they're falling for this because it's Christian, guys. Like, and not just Christian because of him saying the Christian stuff, but the ethos of the left wing being anti-capitalist and all these other things. This is going to inspire people, I would say.
Yeah,
because
good
this
point.
is kind
Nobody
of the
in the
Bible.
crowd looks like they're under 50. Besides this kid, they put a little Mexican kid and a black kid on the truck with them.
I mean, that's the demographic situation they're in Texas, right? Like, you know,
who love our neighbors. It's time to start flipping tables.
Most like beta soy boy. It's time to flip tables like our barefoot rabbi. It's kind of time to tell those Jews they ain't Jewing right in their Jewish temple.
Yeah, those elites today, those billionaires, they're trying to divide us just like they did back in the temple when Jesus flipped their tables. Like, how is this? I don't know. Dude, if Trump had said that during his campaign, they would have flipped out, dude. It's crazy that he just gets this.
Remember, I won't play it again. I played it recently. The clip of Netanyahu also talking about Jesus in the temple, flipping the tables.
Sent $5. I can tell Tallarico is sincere because of how much rust is on that truck.
Yeah, you know the rust. That's legit rust right there.
I think he's like a Buttigieg, right? Like they're trying to figure out like what do they do after this whole thing. Like who do the Democrats even have, right? Like and they're trying to deal with the DSA and all this other stuff. So they're just trying to get anybody out there and see what kind of sticks to the wall. And I think that this Christian leftism is going to be one of the options that they might go with because it's pretty strong and pretty powerful, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Also, I remember when Amazon was promoting Jesus with the whip too, for their Chosen series. Here it is. Found it. Searched whip. First thing that I found. The super kosher Chosen show is shilling the Jesus whip. So based, right, guys? Nothing they fear more than Jesus and his whip. That's why they're promoting it on Amazon's top show.
My house should be called a house of prayer for all nations.
All the Goyim can bow down to Hashem, says Yeshua. That's the problem, which is an Old Testament verse, by the way, too. All the Goyim will bow down before our Jewish temple. And Jake and these Christians are just like, fucking based, man.
Also, that only happens in one of the Gospels, assholes.
Yeah.
The other Gospels, he doesn't do this. It's just
it's a myth.
John?
It's pure myth. Another midrashic myth derived from Scripture.
My house should be called a house of prayer for all nations, but you make it a den of thieves.
Hard.
You sent $50
in IMAX.
on Rumble. Have a great day.
Dude, I've been IMAX maxing lately. I want to go see an IMAX.
I can't believe you've never seen an IMAX. I got to see so many great movies in IMAX because there's one near me. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to IMAX max and go see. It's sold out for like months, I think. And they're running it 24 hours at the one near me, and it's already overheated once too.
Well, that's probably because they had Helen of Troy on there, the Black Queen. She's so hot and spicy with what's her name? Zendaya.
It's 3 hours long too. Look, here's the the lost Michelangelo, Jesus flipping the tables.
Yeah, that only happens.
Michelangelo depicted it.
Like the whole temple scene is in the other Gospels, but the flipping of the tables and the whip and the driving them out thing, that's only in John, I think. I don't think it's in the other ones. So
yeah,
also,
Jake Shields is selling. Jake Shields is selling Jesus flipping the tables shirts too.
Yeah,
and Netanyahu shills it.
Yeah, Jesus flipping the table shirts with German World War II font on the shirt. Like, get me the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So before we get to the Nick drama, here's some updates with Trump and some other news. Trump says we are in the golden age. This is the greatest we'll ever be. Well, that's not very optimistic. It's all downhill from here, Goyim, says Trump. Edom reached its max under Trump, and now Edom's going to collapse. Is that what this is prophesying?
So, ladies and gentlemen of Georgia, the golden age of America is upon us. We are in the golden age. This is the greatest we'll ever be. And together, with your help and the patriots all across this magnificent land, we love our country. We will make America powerful again.
Yo, thank you, Anglo Saxon.
Do you have any interest in how secular Jews tie into the greater Jewish agenda?
No, not at all. Of course not. No, of course I do. The secular Jews, yeah. Definitely.
The secular Jews act like the outer perimeter. They act like they're the outer shell. They're the outer shell. Adam and I were just talking about this the other day. They act like this outer force, right? So even if they're not following the religion perfectly, they still think that the history, the Bible itself is the history and national epic of their people, and it's the foundation of their identity. And they all grew up on the stories. So even if they don't go to do the Sabbath and all these things, they still know the archetypes of Jacob and things like that. right?
Yeah,
so,
it's like it's very hard. It's like to separate Jewish identity from the religion. They're just deeply interconnected.
Well, especially because the way.
Thanks for the big dono, bro. Do you have any interest in secular Jews? Do I have any interest? Not as much as the religious aspect, I would say, but like culture critique, Kevin McDonald type of understanding of Jewish power. Yeah, like all that stuff is totally legit and a problem. And I expose secular Jew stuff, ADL stuff, the conferences. So yeah. Appreciate you, Saxon, Ankleo Saxon, and Da Vinci Now. Have a great day with another 50. You guys are amazing. We already smashed the goal. Let's go. Thank you.
Yes! That's awesome!
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Wife is going to be
Thank you. All right. Alrighty then.
It's all down here from here. Dude, look at this guy trying to flex in Mog. He's like, dude, I'm going to wear my small shirt, stand right behind Trump, and just like push on my buys.
We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Georgia.
Well, just nonsense. How many? He's still just saying that over and over again. The same
He's literally
lines.
been in charge. He's doing nothing. It is crazy.
Yeah. It's like you already won, dude. Just make it great. Don't just keep saying you're going to do it. But also, this is the best it's ever going to get. That's funny. Okay, Trump. Oh, also, Trump says he's close to deciding on a massive attack on Iran, larger than Operation Epic Fury, adding that the U.S. is, quote, all set for it and does not need Israel, which he says would join in 2 minutes if asked, but would face consequences for doing so. So we're going to handle it for them, and they're going to stay out of it. I've been seeing Israeli politicians saying that they're going to stay out of it and they're not involved. We're doing their dirty, but we're not fighting wars for Israel though. So we may be Iran war is totally back on.
Yeah, a couple people died the other day. I forgot to get the clip out from Breaking Point's covering it, but yeah, some people have died. Some people have died. One of the deaths was somebody, they were destroying unexploded ordnance or unexploded bombs, and somebody died while they were doing that in a controlled way. I saw on Fox News. There was somebody going, there's people who died because of this. They died. It's like, dude, it was like it was an act. Like they act like Iran themselves went in and shot the guy in the head, but he died from blowing up a bomb in a controlled place, and they didn't do it right, and he blew himself up basically. That was just one of the deaths.
So look at this, guys. This is a crazy story, and I feel like I almost missed it. It was from 2 days ago. UK politician Anne Widdecombe was struck 21 times with a hammer in her home, caught on security footage. Some leftist, not so sure if it's definitely, Joshua Carey, 28, broke into this woman's home and killed her, hitting her 21 times with a hammer. And I recognize this woman. Remember this woman from the Christopher Hitchens clip that I played on the show a few times? Look right here.
After the debate, I caught up with them to try and find out exactly what enrages them about the Bible and the Ten Commandments.
Christopher Hitchens, how would you sum up the impact of the Ten Commandments?
As an appeal to give your allegiance to a totalitarian authority. It's a document of a very aggressive and cruel tribe and religion. And it shows.
Honor thy parents is that?
No, but obvious things like this code are common to all human morality, and I would say innate, and that religion...
Oh, what's so bad about honoring thy parents?
Saxon sent $5. Should have asked, could you expand on it instead of interest, lol. Thanks, Amalek. Love the show, guys.
Yeah, I was just joking with you, bro. Yeah, interested in it, cover it, talk about it. I mean, I told you the thing I've talked about many times. That's one of the criticisms people will say sometimes too. They'll try to straw man as if like I say only Judaism is the only issue going on and there's not other, it's more nuanced, bigger things than that. So yeah. Yeah, we need subtitles for this lady. What about honoring thy mother and father?
Gets its morality from humans and not the other way around.
As our interview came to a close, Christopher gave his views on the story of Moses.
But you know, it was Marcion, I think, the early church fathers, who said, dump the Old Testament, start afresh. Marcion was the cleverest Christian there ever was.
Yeah,
You're saddled with this savage Judaism. There's actually evil.
I don't mind being saddled with the Ten Commandments.
Read the next chapters. They're going to be. They are ordered. They're ordered in the next chapter to massacre and slaughter and enslave people. It's wicked. It's really awful. And they give it to children.
This is never going to work. I hate this type of scripture. It's so stupid.
I quoted him from what he said there. It's wicked. You're savage by it. And then ADL tried to get me banned from Twitter for making a meme of Hitchens in that quote right there. By the way, were you saying something? Sorry, I'm like,
yeah, just that it's just so stupid. Like the idea that you guys you're not moral enough from your book. Oh, it's got evil things in it. Like this is I mean, Nick was like making fun of this idea. Like, oh, I'm going to attack Mizrahi from the right, and I'm going to say he's not. He doesn't want all the goyim enslaved. Like that's basically what you're doing when you do something stupid like this. That's why
if she was trying to lecture him, probably that you can't have morals without the Bible. So in turn, he goes, your shit's not even moral. I think that's
I do get that, but I just mean in general why this doesn't work, because it's very like saying like, oh, you guys have killing in your Bible, these things, like they have internal copes for this, like it's not going to work. And
to massacre and slaughter and enslave people, it's wicked. It's really awful, and they give it to children. It's disgraceful.
3,000 years ago,
really terrible. And we won't let it happen.
3,000 years ago, yeah, quite.
3,000 years ago.
The Ten.
So it's okay if God called for slaughtering and massacring and genociding people 3,000 years ago because it happened a while ago.
Commandments have underpinned Western law for centuries.
Okay, anyway, that's the woman murdered in her home, 78 years old, from this 28-year-old. Oh, shoot. Look at this guy. That's just crazy. It's disgusting. Even though she's a Christian with a cringe accent, this is just... I don't know if she's a leftist, if he was a leftist or mentally ill or Muslim or what the deal was, but this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. If the guy was a foreigner also, I don't know. Let's see. This guy has a video about it. What's this? Whoa, bro.
Now that is how many times that vulnerable old lady was hit over the head with a fucking hammer. If that doesn't put it into perspective for you, I don't know what will.
So just because she was like a little bit conservative or right wing and the guy was a commie? That's crazy. All right. Now, one more thing before we get to the Nick stuff I wanted to cover. Dude, the queen, the Aryan Viking queen, Shiloh Hendricks, is in court. I'm sure everybody's aware of her, but she's the one that called this guy that was filming her. So what we heard was some black kid was at the park by himself and tried to take something out of her purse, and he claims she called him the N-word, and then she called him the N-word, the guy that was filming her, and then now she's in court for like disorderly conduct. And it came out in the court. This is so crazy, and I'm not at all surprised. The kid wasn't even 5 years old. He was 9. 9-year-old black kid that apparently had a tracking device, like an ankle monitor on.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't seen a lot from this case, but I saw that.
Stealing out of her purse.
I also enjoy the language stuff. Have you seen that?
You call him...
It's what they need translators for the family?
Need court translators that are probably a couple $100 an hour sitting there. Like, why are these people even in the country? Hey, why are you in a park not able to speak like English? Like, it's totally fucked. And then we have to pay for it too.
She's in court right now because of words towards somebody that was trying to steal out of her purse or filming her.
And they don't even speak the language that she speaks. Like, it's so dumb.
I heard they're claiming that this guy has like sexual assault or some type of like pedophile charge or something too. This guy. This is his mugshot.
I saw that. Yeah.
You call him a nigger, the child? The fuck you talking Did you call the child the nigger word? It is my own business. You call him a nigger?
Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again?
Fuck you, nigger.
Okay.
Nigger.
See, he challenged her to say it also. What, is he going to punk some woman because she got mad and used a slur from a kid stealing out of her purse?
That's what you said.
Yeah, and in what other circumstances would, if I said to somebody, oh, call me this, and then you call me that, and now I'm in trouble for calling you that? That whole part of it should just be completely thrown out and canceled.
Yeah, and I think it is going to be thrown out too. And she's probably raised a lot of money, and it's going to be a W for her, I hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll see. There's too many factors that I just don't. You have to look at the judge and the prosecutors and their reelection and why they're motivated to pursue the case, and if they think they're going to win, you'd have to look at all this stuff. I just haven't gotten a chance to look at it yet.
Shiloh's not looking bad. I'm liking the Viking looks, the blonde hair, the braids.
True.
Looking good in court. Nice to see it. But here we have, look at this too. All the Christians were trying to like appropriate her. Asatru Folk Assembly, Minnesota. That's where this was. Zoom, enhance. Check her out with her little kid and her pagan Viking husband.
Yeah, remember when they were doing that? And they still do with AI videos with her. I saw people when that happened back then. They're making AI videos with her with a cross on it and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. There's me at the top with my two wolves. But yeah. Love to see it. Wishing her well. I hope she wins and the jury sides with her. I guess it's the end. We may be having a verdict today. Stay tuned. Let's see Tom Hennessy, what he's got. You can support her on Give, Send, Go. Let's see how much she's raised on Give, Send, Go. I think it's a lot. I remember it being a lot. $847,000. So yeah, I doubt her defense is anywhere near that. So she's going through this bullshit, but the community had her back apparently. It's crazy that she's on trial for this. Shoot, where's the other one? Oh, here's the other photo too. This was her the first day. Dude, look at the look, she's got the Thor's hammer. I'm liking the physiognomy here. I trust her. Jury's just going to see her and see the guy that recorded and see the kid, the 9-year-old that was trying to steal something out of her purse at the park by himself with no supervision. Anyway, I'm pretty confident she's going to be okay. Shiloh's much better than Chud. Yeah. I saw the meme. I think Headless Giant did the meme of Chud versus her and then like had the contrasting the two. She can be the green pill, the female. Yeah, I'm wishing her well. All right. If she's not jailed, she's not going to be jailed. Luckiest N-word beneficiary. I know, yeah. It's going to pay off, actually. Which way, white man, right? Okay, you guys ready for the new break? They're claiming all of the Sneeko and Dan and Jake and Stu Peters, they're all the last few days saying Nick Fuentes is a Sephardic Jew, and he supposedly told Sneeko this, who also is Jewish, Sneeko said many times, and so is Dan Bilzerian also. Let's see.
Says, well, Pablo told me last year, and I wasn't going to say this for a long time because, you know, he did say this to me in confidentiality, but when you now are saying publicly to Laura Loomer Jigsaw to go arrest me, saying that I'm a terrorist, now selling merch with my name on it, I'm going to say publicly, you told me that you're...
Hold on. You are basically you're an anti-Western, like, subversion. That you should be investigated. You're hanging out with Muslim extremists.
I mean, they're literally citing his the Jews on podcasting like that are citing his little gatherings in New York City as evidence on why Jews must make Aliyah, guys. Like straight up, they're saying, "Did you see Sneeko and his Muslim gang in New York?" They're blah blah blah. Like so understand that that's what's kind of going on here. Even if he doesn't know that that's the part he's playing, that's what they're using him as.
Beowulf says she will do time. Is she even facing time? They will find her guilty. I didn't think about that. Like, who's going to be in the jury? Is the jury going to be nothing but some Somalians or something? In Minnesota, that could be rough. Hank says, yeah, everyone is Jewish. Yeah, the Jews, I'm sure, are having a real good laugh of all the spectacle of the goy, all Jew jacketing and Fed jacketing everybody incessantly all the time forever.
To Laura Loomer Jigsaw to go arrest me, saying that I'm a terrorist, now selling merch with my name on it. I'm going to say publicly, you told me that you're a Sephardic Jew. Pablocito, Nick Fuentes, is a Sephardic Jew. You don't believe me? Ask him for yourself. He told me.
So you've known this all along. You're part Jewish and Nick is part Jewish. You've known this all along. And you just said nothing as Nick and the Groypers called everybody else Jewish all the time. And I don't have sympathy for any of this. They deserve it for getting cozied up with these guys. And because Nick and Groypers have been Jew jacketing me forever.
Okay, you know what? I'll keep this private. Now that you're tagging the FBI, now that you want Laura Loomer to arrest me, let everybody know that you're a skin worshiper. You've been coping about the fact that he's a Mexican for the longest time. Not only is he a Mexican, he's also a Jew. That's the savior of the white race. Deport Sneeko. Now he's seeing Rabbi Mizrahi saying, oh yeah, Rabbi Mizrahi's right. Let's go kill all the Goyim. That's the guy who's going to save the white race.
Next out sent $5 on Rumble. I don't know much about the Shiloh ladies situation. But if I got paid every time I dropped an N-bomb, I'd be a billionaire.
Yeah, maybe that'll incentivize more people to do it. It might have inspired Chud the Builder to do it.
Are people just like actually going to take like Nick's comedy bits and like take those as like serious criticisms to the like? Can we live in the real adult world
now? Like that's not a joke,
dude. He's literally making a joke about switching sides and doing the whole thing, and he's saying it's a joke as he's saying it every 5 seconds.
And he's only saying it to laugh about how stupid his enemies are.
Can we stop
Which they are
pretending?
stupid.
Oh my God.
He's saying, oh yeah, Rabbi Mizrahi's right. Let's go kill all the Goyim. That's the guy who's going to save the white race, who wants to kill all the Goyim, this Mexican midget Jew. This is your guy. Allah is going to humiliate all the enemies of Islam, inshallah.
Fuck
says,
you.
Pablo told
Just like the Christians, just like the Jews. Oh, Allah's going to humiliate you. You're going to bow down to Allah. Fuck you, Sneeko. God, I hate Sneeko and his gay little outfit. I wonder if it's true, though. I wonder if Nick really did tell him that. Or if he told him, like, people say he's Sephardic.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's likely, in my view, that he probably said something like, "Oh yeah, it's a Sephardic last name," or was making a joke or something like that. And Sneeko's just making. I don't think, like, the way I looked at that, I don't think Sneeko's telling the truth at all there. Also, like, Nick has posted.
He's only
his
saying
DNA.
this now. They've been beefing the last month. You didn't talk about this a month ago. Or how long ago did he tell you this? You're just gonna keep a secret like that? So Dan is 12% Jewish, and all these people leading the movement and the opposition are all secretly Jewish, and and Sneeko was down for keeping that secret.
So stupid. The whole thing is dumb. Nick had gotten DNA tests multiple times from 2016 onwards, and during the 2024 Trump election, while they were covering the election, I was watching it. He brought up his DNA test, which updates to Sephardic, okay? So everyone has this conspiracy theory that 23andMe didn't show Sephardic until 2024. This was after that, okay? He brought it up on his stream, and it still didn't show Sephardic. So everyone calls Adam Jewish, everyone calls HT Jewish, everyone calls me Jewish. I am not going to be joining in the Jew jacketing without strong evidence, guys. There needs to be evidence, and this idea of calling other people Jewish when we either A, know they're not, or B, don't have strong evidence. This needs to be like a social stigma, okay? And we need to start stigmatizing this, because this is not healthy for anything.
It's embarrassing. It makes us look pathetic, and it's not productive.
Not good.
And it's lazy. Do you see, guys, people have watched me for a long time. Do you ever see me falsely accusing people of being Jewish? It's never happened. Never happened. Maybe I made a mistake one time. I thought somebody was Jewish, looked into it, but I've never been like, oh, that person's a secret Jew pretending to not be Jewish. It's not even really that common, I don't think. Jews are usually proud to say they're Jews. It is embarrassing.
Yeah.
The Jews laugh at this shit.
It is insane. It's very bad. And calling
what
Nick a
ethnicity
gay
are
fed
your
Jew for
parents?
the millionth time is not going to. That's never going to defeat Nick. If the goal is to to push back against what you think Nick is doing and all these things. Like doing this where you're going to call him a gay, fed, Jew, Mexican for the 10 millionth time has never defeated Nick. For 10 years, that has done nothing. In fact, because he's Christian, because he's in the position he's in, it helps him. It makes him stronger. When everybody does this to him, it has only ever made him stronger. So you're going to need to think of a different idea or a different plan. Calling someone Jewish is not going to, or calling Nick Jewish over and over again is just not going to work.
My dad, he's from Haiti. My mother's Filipino. My dad is half black, and his father, my grandfather, is half Hungarian and then half Ashkenazi Jew.
Okay.
So, which we just found out.
So you're like 12.5% Jewish?
Yes, sir. Shalom.
Okay. Where was your grandfather living at the time?
He was living, so he fought in World War II, and then
we got the point. He's Jewish. He said it in other times too. But
yeah,
I guess the point would be, though, he was open and honest about that. Nick wasn't. Right? That's the difference. So now we got Dan Bilzerian, who also was keeping it private that he was part Jewish. He claims 12% in his book he wrote a few years ago. Didn't ever bring that up. Remember, we were on the space with the Jewish guy, and he called Dan Jewish, and Dan didn't say anything. He didn't go, well, actually, I probably should mention none of that. But here, 36,000 likes. Nick Fuentes' father is 50% Sephardic Jew. LARPing as a white Christian nationalist when he's actually a gay half Mexican Jew is true comedy. All lies will be exposed.
Yeah, so all the A-loggers...
He should sue. He should sue. When people lie about me like this, I want to sue. Something like this, 38,000 likes.
It's just hard to do, but I mean, there has to be something.
Dan's got his daddy's money, his trust fund money. Nick should sue for something like this. People shouldn't be able to get away with lies like this about people. And I should sue Nick for calling me Jewish.
I was going to say, I mean, Nick has called you Jewish. Yeah. I mean, people think I'm like, dick riding Nick all the time on the show.
Only like one time, like many years ago. It's not like he's really trying to push that
idea. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But the Groypers themselves are the problem. I was just going to say that. It's Nick calling you Jewish that one time. That's one thing. But the idea or the thing is that in all of your replies, I mean, it's less so today than it was 2 years ago. That's for sure. But every single reply is Groypers and things like that, calling you Jewish, calling us Jewish, calling this whole thing Jewish. And like now that this is happening to Nick again in front of everybody's face, can they see why this is a problem? So like grow up is what I would say. And if people want to think that, oh, you're not joining in on the calling Nick Jewish thing, so you're dick riding Nick. No. I am just not going to continue this cycle. I'm not going to participate in this. I'm not going to say something out loud, accuse somebody of something that I don't think is true. Now, if you have evidence that Nick is Jewish or somebody is Jewish, and I see that evidence and I'm convinced by it, then I will say that. I will say I think that person might be Jewish, okay? But I'm not going to participate in this. It's not helpful to what we're anything.
Well, also look at from my point of view, Dan and Jake and Stu, they've all called me Jewish in a Fed. They've all lied about me. They've all gatekept and lied about me, and they're all a bunch of idiots. So I'm not going to join in with all of these liars lying about Nick when they're accusing me of the same shit. But then Nick and the Groypers have also done it to me. So they all deserve each other. Nick wants to talk about, they're all like low IQ. We're going to play the clip in a second, and he wants to side with the Jews because they're all so dumb, right? Well, I've been saying that all along. And Nick was the one cozying up with them and having them at AFPAC and doing their shows and boosting them up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were on your show, reacting to the old AFPAC stuff, that video that I posted from them at the table and things like that. We were talking shit on that 2 years ago, whenever that was, right? We were making fun of how stupid it was. Oh, you think this Muslim Christian alliance is gonna work out? Well, here it goes. Watch this. And they all hated us for telling the truth. And I wish it wasn't like that. I wish we could do something like that. Imagine if all the goyim of the world could do that. That would be awesome, okay? But it's never happening. It's impossible. It's sociologically impossible.
Nick says, aren't you supposed to be running for office against Randy Fine? Yeah, he's gonna get trounced on that, and then he's gonna blame the Groypers. That's too predictable that's gonna happen. And Dan says, I've spent $750,000 on the campaign so far. You do nothing queer. It's like, dude, running for an election and losing badly is not really doing anything.
Didn't he put $1 million of his own dollars in?
$750,000 to lose an election and be an embarrassment and hand Randy Fine another W against low IQ anti-Semites is not doing anything. Nick's been, all his issues aside and the beefs we had, like, he still has me blocked. But for Dan, who just showed up 5 minutes ago and acts and is like a total moron, repeating talking points from 10 years ago that we were talking about, you don't get to come on, pop on the scene and act like you're in charge and everybody else that's been doing this for a decade is doing nothing. He took out a loan against his assets and spent zero.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that $750,000 is not even, it's bullshit. Yep. Yeah. Other people say
Nick
the
still
same
has
thing,
me
but everyone
blocked.
sees it.
He says you spent $750,000 on a campaign that has done zero public events, didn't have a website or platform until last week, didn't remind people to register until 3 days before the deadline, in which is polling at 4%. This is what I mean when I say you are not a serious person.
Yeah. And I don't even think Nick's strategy is a foolproof thing. I don't think like Nick's gonna just like walk into the end zone. I think it's gonna. Some of these are funny. So
No, I've been really
I think
critical
that there is a lot of
Nick,
criticism,
but he's made improvement.
Yeah.
He seems those criticisms have like
he's dialing it in. Yes.
Yeah, straightened his path a bit. He heard the
I think that
criticisms and adapted.
I think people misunderstand what the strategy for Nick is, guys. It's not like Nick is gonna. I mean, he does want to fuck with the Republican Party, and he does want to do like daily politics, and that is kind of like the window to the world in which he operates. I won't deny that. However, the goal of Nick right now is that whoever is president right now, who's 21 years old, 25 years old, maybe in their 30s right now, whoever that person is, he wants them to be growing up listening to Nick. Okay, that's the strategy he's doing. Now, you can say that that's not a good strategy. That's never going to happen. All these other things, but like that's what he's actually doing. That's the real strategy he's doing, and you should criticize that strategy on its merits, not pretend like it's something else. I think that many strategies should bloom. I think there needs to be people doing that. I think there needs to be people deconstructing Christianity at the same time. I think there needs to be people doing all sorts of different types of things. Street activism. I don't participate in that, but like I think that even can be, worthwhile in some ways. We need 1,000 different ways. We need to be like experimenting. We should see this problem as an engineering problem, and we need to develop hypotheses and test those hypotheses. And there's going to be failure, and then we need to dial it in based on that failure. So. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and cry because Nick's experiments and what Nick's trying to do is something that I don't think is, something that I would do, right? It's just another strategy.
Perfect meme for this. Behold our newest ad campaign. And then he's just attacking and tweeting about Nick like every day. Are you sure this will help you get elected? Get elected? Just so perfect. Hilarious. All right, we got more. Oh, this is him addressing the Jewish ancestry accusations now. You know what? Hold on.
Once again, I'm getting called Jew.
RT promoting.
It's like we're living in 2020 again.
RT's promoting Sneeko calling Nick Jewish, and then they have Nick doing the kill all goyim. Are they going to take that completely out of context that he was joking?
I'm going to say publicly, you told me that you're a Sephardic Jew. Pablocito, Nick Fuentes, is a Sephardic Jew. You don't believe me? Ask him for yourself.
If this is true, if Sneeko's telling the truth right now,
is a Sephardic
which
Jew.
Isn't beyond possibility, that is going to be hilarious. I think Nick needs to do another public DNA test, to be honest.
You don't believe me? Ask him for yourself. He told me. And I said, okay, you know what? I'll keep this private. Now that you're tagging the FBI, now that you want Laura Loomer to arrest me, let everybody know that. You're a skin worshiper. You've been coping about the fact that he's a Mexican for the longest time. Not only is he a Mexican, he's also a Jew. Now, this is your guy.
No, they didn't play the clip of Nick saying that. Who's this guy, by the way? Why is this guy in the photo? RT?
That's the I can't remember the guy's name or the shit.
So is this Russian? Because Nick has done a turn in calling out Russian networks? Is that why RT is propping up attacks on Nick right now? That's been the ongoing theory. Wondering.
Yeah, I do think that well, they do this to everything. They do the same thing with Trump too. Like RT and Russia obviously supported Trump. I mean, the liberals are right about that. Sorry, I hate to burst anyone's bubble if you think that that's not true, but they were right about that. And it seems that just like with Trump, they ditched Trump. They've also ditched Nick pretty hard, and it seems to be because he's against their daily routine, their daily bread of bullshit psyops. He calls them out. He just posted on Telegram attacking Tucker Carlson and all these conspiracy slop theorists just now too. So he's going. I mean, I'll put it in the
Tucker,
chat.
right? All the big Russia shills, right?
Once again, I'm getting called Jewish by Dan Kazarian, who is in fact Jewish himself, which is delicious. He is admittedly 12% Jewish. His dad's Jewish. And he's saying, but your dad is Jewish too. And it's like, what's your point? Like, and you're Jewish as well. And I saw Sneeko said this too. Sneeko said you're Jewish. He said his ancestors were in the Holocaust. It's like, so what's even if that were true, what's even the point?
The point is that they were upfront about it. At least Sneeko has been. Dan wrote it in his book, what wasn't completely upfront about it. You've been denying it and keeping it a secret. If it's true, it's way worse because you lied about it, obviously.
And, you know, I've been called Jewish a lot in my long and storied career by a lot of different people for different reasons.
Yeah, me too.
Some people say, you talk too much about being rich. That's Jewish. You're telling us that we should get our money up and stop being poor. That's Jewish. Your last name is Fuentes. It's like, that's just a Mexican name. People say, that's a Sephardic name. It's like, well, there's like 5 million people with that last name. But you know what? For the first time in my career, I'm taking it as a compliment. For the first time in my long and storied career in this movement, I wish it was true. People are saying, you're Jewish, and I'm like, you know what? I sort of wish I was. I wish I could claim that at this point. I don't want to be like you niggas anymore. Listen, if the movement is Stu Peters, who's like a drunk.
Isn't this what I say like every stream for years? If the movement is all these idiots, I used to include Nick in this too. Oh, if the movement is you killed Jesus and we got to be Catholics, like I don't want anything to do with it. If the movement is Stu and Sneeko and Professor Zhang and all of this low IQ controlled opposition slop, I want nothing to do with you. You're going to lose and you deserve to lose. Been saying that.
And it's Dan Kazarian, who is this manlit fake poker player, Instagram celebrity has-been, and it's Dr. Zhang and Sneeko, and who else? It's like if
Dr. Zhang, you mean Professor Zhang?
That's the anti-Semitic movement.
Ian Carroll,
like,
Candace
Hashem,
Owens.
make me Jewish. Like, Hashem, make me Jewish. Please, let me join you. I'm
You know how some people do memes and they claim I'm a Rothschild? They put me next to one of the Rothschilds and claim I'm a Rothschild. That's what I always say.
So
I go,
funny.
I fucking wish I was a Rothschild. I'd be on my yacht with some models and all my money and my billions and my power, laughing and dunking and dancing on the graves of all you dumb goy sheep. That's what I say.
Yeah, so imagine if people take that clip of you saying that and then like pretend like that's a real thing that you're saying and a real argument. I see some of our guys doing that. Guys, just breathe. It's a long game. This is a social media thing. Just breathe. We don't have to react angrily to everything Nick says when he's baiting with his. I mean, he's clearly doing a bit here, guys. He's done it 1,000 times. We watched it on this show every week for 6 months. This bit has been done. So everyone just stop pretending like this is an actual like position change of his, and also stop pretending that when Adam is making fun of this, that he actually also is thinking it's a position change. Everyone just breathe. At this point, let them fight.
Would I rather be a goy that's figured it out and gets attacked by all the idiot morons that are going to make us lose, or be a Rothschild? I would be a Rothschild. I would be a rich ass Rothschild laughing at all the dumb goy complaining.
Boats and hoes, dude, right? On your boat?
Yeah,
sorry, I was just kidding. No, it's true. We were just jealous. We want to be like you. It's like, if that's the movement, then we're cooked.
Exactly.
Look at the Jews roster. The Jews have Larry Ellison. And the Jews have George Soros. And they got Adam Sandler. These people don't fuck around. They got Jack Black. They got Benjamin Netanyahu. They got some heavy hitters. And even on their bench are the goy. They also have the top goys too. They got Donald Trump, Elon Musk. They made Ye apologize. Like, their deck is stacked. The bench is stacked. And then you look at the anti-Semites, and who do we got? Stu Peters, who like crashed his four-wheeler drunk and then got arrested. And you got Ian Carroll, okay, enough said. And you got Sneeko and Dan Kazarian, Dan Bilzerian. He joined the fray. Now he's an anti-Semite.
Yeah. E. Michael Jones, Nick. They're all Christians and Muslims, by the way. You realize this. This crew that you're criticizing, I've been criticizing, and you've been in it. You invited all these people to your conference. You did podcasts and were friends with all these people and worked with them. And it's the Christian-Muslim controlled ops opposition this whole time. Adam Sandler, what a talent. Dude, I used to love Adam Sandler. Whatever.
Jake Shields, who legitimately has brain damage, like punch-drunk brain damage.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
like
we're in good
the
hands.
lineup is a joke, you guys.
What could
it's
go
like
wrong?
Lollapalooza for retards.
Yeah, Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, Sean Ryan, Candace Owens, Stu Peters, Ian Carroll. You know, all of the hundreds more of faceless anon accounts that regurgitate and parrot all the stupid slop.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only somebody could have warned you about all these people, the new right at your America First conference.
Like, you're announcing the lineup of anti-Semites, and it's like, please, I can't take any more. Stop. We don't want any more anti-Semites.
Yeah.
Imagine
all these people that get everything wrong. They're kosher opposition. They all lie and gatekeep me. So yeah, if they're gonna lose, they're idiots. They won't listen. They lie about me. Why would I want them to win? No, they're idiots. They deserve to be crushed by the Jews, and they're gonna be crushed by the Jews. Sorry, I'm not trying to side with the dumb idiot losers.
Huey sent
don't want to
$10.
hear the
It
truth.
Seems like Nick gets all his recent talking points from you, Mark, and Richard. Also, the tug of war meme with Mizrahi was hilarious.
Yeah.
you go back in time like 4 years, nobody was anti-Semitic. Nobody knew about the Jews. Nobody knew the Jews did 9/11. Nobody knew.
Yeah, nobody, Nick. Only you. Nobody knew but you, right, Nick? Exactly.
The Jews were doing these things. And you're thinking, like, who's going to be the celebrity endorsements for anti-Semitism? It's like this MMA fighter. It's like, remember?
It was Kanye West and you, Nick. And how did that turn out? If only somebody could have warned you that Kanye wouldn't have been president and brought down the Jews. Kanye, yeah, that was peak high IQ anti-Semitism. Totally.
Dan Bilzerian from 2015 when he was on Instagram, and it's Sneeko because, like, of course, he follows every fad, and it's this, like, COVID truther alcoholic who beats his family, Stu Peters. It's like, don't we have anyone better? Like, we used to have Kanye. He doesn't want any part of this anymore. It's like, I don't know, guys. I think it's time to pack it up. Hashem. Can we get that guy to wrap it to Phil? And is he still there? Is he still in Chicago? Did he catch his flight yet? I think, do we have any time for a last minute to fill in wrapping, please?
That's funny.
So yeah, they're calling me Jewish, and it's like, damn, I wish. We're stuck on this side. We're stuck on the wrong side. Stuck on the wrong side of creation, on the wrong side of God's promise. No, but I'm just getting a little bit. We're just happy.
Oh, vindicated, right all along award.
He says like 10 times in that bit that he's kidding, guys. Can we please just grow up?
He's kidding, but he's not kidding, though. Like, here's the other one, too. He just did a day before, responding to my clip.
Nobody and Megyn Kelly.
I asked him about debating Nick, and then this was his response.
You know this Rabbi Mizrahi? He's this Orthodox Jew from Israel. He was on Matan Evans, and he did a thing with Sneeko recently, and I saw he called me out on Adam Green. He said, I'd like to debate him.
Named.
And I want to say, I don't even know what we're going to debate about anymore, man. I think I agree with you on everything now. I think Rabbi Mizrahi was right about literally everything. When Rabbi Mizrahi says that 6 billion goyim need to be put to death and go to hell.
See, this is why me and Rabbi Mizrahi just talked about how dumb the goyim is, because
I always wonder how dumb this goyim sometimes can be.
See, don't we always wonder that? I'm sorry, Stu Peters, Ian Carroll, Candace Owens. Why are the inmates running the asylum? Why are the worst grifters, newbies, low IQ morons the one leading the opposition? What could go wrong?
It used to be that if you even posted something that was even like a little off, remember back in like 20, before 2020 or before COVID, how you like craft your post to, oh, I don't want to be anti-Semitic, I don't want to get in trouble, I don't want to get banned, and all these other things. They totally flipped that nozzle to the exact opposite direction. So that is all getting boosted now. So there's an entire incentive structure now where all the people who were grifters, who were grifting before and grifting still now today, they saw that and they jumped to that. They came to that. It's because this is being promoted in the algorithms of social media all over the place. They were able to completely shut this shit down before COVID, and they've basically determined that since 10.7 they can no longer do that, and they have obviously flipped the algorithm the opposite direction. And to be frank, like Nick has taken advantage of that. Nick has capitalized on that. A lot of these people got red pilled from Nick clips. Let's be very fair, right? Like that's what's happened here. So that's the situation we're in. So now the question is like, what do we do about that? And the answer is very simple. We were the vanguard. We're the ones who even did this in the beginning and taught people about race, taught people about identity, and taught people about Zionism. That was this thing that goes back, before 2016, but let's just say until 2016. And just like back then, we were forced to red pill all the MAGA people and all the people on those topics, right? The alt-right and those people. We bullied them. We ran it down their throats. We made fun of them. We did all those things. That's what happened. That's what we need to now do to all of these newbie conspiratards that are in this sphere, because they are all noobs. They're all posers. And the only way to like sift through the useful people and the shitty people is to bully them. Okay, is to bully them. Lots and lots and lots of bullying them, because that's how we got to this point, and that's how everyone got red pilled in this thing. Yes, part of it's because of COVID. Yes, part of it's because of 10.7. But the only reason that there was even something for them to get red pilled on was because people incessantly, nonstop talking about this issue and bringing it up, and that's what we have to do now against them, against these conspiratards.
I'm like, I feel like that's the moderate position right now. That almost sounds like too moderate. You got anything else? Are there any Jews that are more extreme than that? Is that the best you got?
Okay, we
leave
won't do
that anymore. Standing up for their dignity as living graves. It's just a little bit of.
It's so crazy how they're taking this whole bit that he's done many times before, as if he's not joking.
I know. And then see through it all makes. See through all makes a joke. See through all makes some joke posts about it yesterday, where he's like, "Oh yeah, I guess it's over. It's over. Oh, I see why he's switching sides," and he makes all these like obviously joke bait posts. Okay, and I see people like in the comments like replying to see through it all, crying. Like, grow up. Grow up. If Nick is going to be making this joke and then See Through It All makes a joke about it, that doesn't mean See Through It All is also, oh, you had to change a heart. Oh, See Through It All is changing his mind. It's just like back when Nick did the whole thing about immigration. Everyone took, oh, so you're saying that you don't care about immigration anymore? You don't care about race? No, it's very dumb, guys. We need to grow up. If people have been talking about an issue for 10 years and then you hear them say the exact opposite, maybe there's a little bit of a joke going on that you're not in on. Maybe there's a little bit of a rate pumping that needs to happen, and think.
Look at Sneeko. He says, I am nothing except a humble slave of Allah. 8,000 likes.
Well, you're going to really see when you see
slave to
Nick's
the Judeo
tweet.
matrix.
Nick just tweeted that Islam is Judaism for brown people. So that's
Dude, Nick. And what is Christianity? Judaism
for
white
Romans.
For Romans, yeah. Remember this shit? This was at Nick's conference. The new right. Checking in on the new right. Incredible. How's that working out?
Very cool.
Hey, you really know how to choose them, Nick.
Lily's the best one out of all of them. Lily's a Christian, but she can listen. She's listened to my ramblings about Christianity and whatnot, and she's not a total idiot about it. She kind of understands a little bit about it. She's biblically illiterate, I would say, for sure, but she's she's just trying to make way of the world. I don't know. I would prefer if she wasn't, but she's not as bad as anyone in those pictures. That's for sure.
Yeah, guys. The truth to the joke is that these people are so bad. They're such evil, lying retards that the joke is that we're siding with the Jews against them. That's what the joke is, because they're so dumb. It makes us want the Jews to crush them. Do you get it? That's the concept.
Yeah, the joke isn't that they actually want to join the other side or convert to Judaism or, oh, I wish I could take a DNA test and find out I'm 50% Jewish. That's not what the joke is. The joke is making fun of how stupid the people are. Like, the fact that this hasn't even been explained is crazy. I don't understand. Whatever.
It's like some people are just being disingenuous and deliberately taking it out of context. Other people are just so dumb that their brains like don't have the complexity to understand irony or sarcasm. Unfortunately,
I don't know.
Checking in on the new right. How's this working out from March 24th, dude? See, Nick kind of allowed this. How did this become the opposition to Zionism? Really?
Yeah. It's almost, I don't know.
And we've been saying it all along. While we were ignored, and you all teamed up with all these guys.
Well, remember when?
How's that working out? Same with Lucas too. I showed Lucas in the last one. Lucas threw me under the bus to go join Stu Peters and Nick and all these people. How'd that work out?
Remember when you had said what did Nick had said like you're that Adam Green is a he takes all the stupid people,
the dumb
filter.
people away.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've been proven right on everything, and his positions have come closer to where I'm at.
I've told you before, I don't think he knows what your positions were. I think he actually thinks that you're like advocating that everyone become Odin worshippers. Like that's legitimately what I think that many Groypers think. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see some more of Stu and Sneeko talking about Nick. Some of these highlights.
Coincidentally, maybe, but in the immediate wake of Charlie Kirk's death, I don't think that there's been a bigger beneficiary to Charlie Kirk's death than Nick Fuentes, who is now obviously immediately after that. Remember the generational run? It was the New York Times, and it was like he was everywhere.
Right, and he says himself, I put him on before any.
The generational rant started with Sneeko.
When he was still canceled everywhere and is on his little website, Cozy TV. He says that I was the one who
Sneeko got his tooth knocked out for Nick, and canceled from YouTube, but he got it back after he went and groveled to the Jewish guy.
Platformed him there, and I introduced him to people like Andrew Tate before he got locked up for being a human trafficking pedophile pimp. I introduced him to Fresh and...
Yo, I shouldn't... you're right. Owen Benjamin, too. Owen Benjamin, Stu Peters. He's in the crew, too.
Well, that was the last big person that called Nick Jewish. That was the 2021. That was the 2021, right? There's people passing around the last time Nick addressed it, and that's what the context of that was. I think.
Well, yeah, he's sitting down. He was just doing a bunch of podcasts with Jake and Dan, calling. I don't know if they called Nick Jewish in that, but they've been calling him a Fed all along. He's Jewish too. Funny, all these guys. Dave Weiss, Dan Bilzerian, Sneeko, Owen Benjamin. They are all actually part Jewish. It's like I'm the only one in this whole place that isn't Jewish, it turns out.
And you're called Jewish more than anybody. Every comment of every video on YouTube that you do, and it's
the guy slandered as Jewish the most turns out to be the only one not Jewish. Funny how things work out.
Also, Stu Peters is a con man. If people don't understand that Stu Peters is a con man, I don't know what to tell you. Like I'll say that credit to Nick. I don't think he's ever was pro Stu, right? He was always
he knew Stu was Stu was trash.
This is a con artist, and if you think that there's even a little bit that there's not a con artist there, like you don't have good discernment skills, because he obviously is.
Yeah.
To Bradley Martin, to No Jumper, all these people, I connected them with tons of shows, and look how this has been received. I even spoke. You saying you spoke at this conference. I spoke at Fuentes rally too, and so I mean, look, if you want to tap out, I'm not saying I don't want to keep speaking about this Mexican midget forever, but it's like we need to make a change in this country. And so if you want to give up,
the change can't be everything that is literally Jewish, like what we are actively fighting against. The temperature in the room is fuck Israel. I mean, it is what it is. And he's going against everything that he ever said that he was about. So instead of leading his people, he's leaving his people.
What? Hold on. That's not true. Nick is still anti-Israel. What are you talking about? I love how the guy that was... Stu was literally pro-Israel like 3 years ago. And then he's going to come and go, Nick's actually not anti-Israel anymore. Like, what are you talking? Just because he doesn't think Charlie Kirk was blown up with a road mic, he's pro-Israel now? Like,
I was just going to say that. Yeah. Yes, dude, I watched part of this, and they literally are going off the basis that Nick is turning sides because of that bit. I'm not kidding you at all. That is what they're doing. And they are also saying that because the first thing that really surprised me was he's not going on the road mic thing. So yeah, that is what's going on. They're taking that clip that we all just watched. That's obviously a comedy bit that he's done probably 30 times in the last year. and they're taking it at face value as his like changing of position. It's honestly one of the dumbest things I could possibly imagine. I'm not going to join that dumb thing. I don't like stupid people more than anything. I'm not going to go join up with some stupid people, join on in the thing just because we have disagreements with Nick and just start. Oh yeah, he is Joe. Oh, it's not going to work.
Check out the featured speaker Stu Peters at AFPAC like 2 or 3. John Doyle was there. Milo.
Oh yeah. I mean, John Doyle started as a Groiper. That was the whole thing.
Bryson Gray, Laura Loomer.
The lore, dude. Yeah, that's the lore. Come on, dude. You got to know all the lore. I know all these people.
Oh, I know
it's
the lore.
Crazy
I'm
how many
just saying it for the chat. Obviously, I know Loomer was
$5
VIP. Loomer was VIP.
Respect to AG for keeping it real and being consistent for years. For being a voice of reason in a world of misinfo, disinfo, and polarization. Nick, Sneeko, all these dudes are kosher up to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you, half-based.
Too.
You're underestimating yourself. I think you sound pretty full-based to me.
Yeah, I don't.
What?
I was just gonna say, like, I don't even think that, like, I agree that like Nick helped bring these people around and bringing them into this fold and things like that, and all those things. But I don't think Nick is going anywhere, guys. Like as far as things go. So if he's going to change his position and he's going to be a flip-flop Fuentes and all these other things, then like they're going to flip. And they're going to flip to the things that we've been saying. Like, we can't then sit there and like, oh, we told you so. Oh, now you're stealing our thing. You're stealing our ideas and all that. Like, that is not how politics or ideas work in humans in any way, shape, or form. You're never going to convince anybody of anything. You're never going to accomplish anything. You're never going to do anything if that's the strategy you have for trying to like spread ideas around.
Dude, hey, guy in the chat, Infidel Castro, you've posted this like 6 million times. We got it. Oh, he's definitely Jewish. Look, he's definitely Jewish.
This is so stupid. This is the kind of stuff they start
you realize
with you,
that
Adam.
like every Christian does the same thing to me. They go, look at this picture of Adam. He's definitely Jewish. Look at his ears. Look at that. Look at this. They do the same shit, dude. Does he look a little bit like that Jewish actor from American Pie? What's his name? I can't remember. A little bit. I could not look at this guy and automatically know he's Jewish. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. All right. I honestly don't even, despite the fact that he's Jew-jacketed me, so does the other side, I just honestly don't think he's some secret crypto that's his politics are influenced because he's got some secret, Jewish identity that he's like into or something. I don't believe it. Yeah, Eugene Levy. Doesn't really look Jewish to me, to be honest. He's got a big nose, but it's not only Jews that have big nose. Okay? Anybody that just goes, look, he's for sure Jewish. That's your proof. Look. It's just not convincing. All right? So, hey, guy that spammed that 1 million times, we addressed you now. All right? Thank you. You don't got to keep posting it.
The change can't be everything that is literally Jewish, like what we are actively fighting against. The temperature in the room is fuck Israel. I mean, it is what it is. And he's going against everything that he ever said that he was about. So instead of leading his people, he's leaving his people, right. which is really detrimental for our country because whatever number of groypers there are, they are contributors to whatever the future of this country is going to be. And now they find themselves in their late 20s. They never had sex because they were told by Nick it was gay. So clearly they never had a girlfriend. They never found a wife. They never started a family because he was told all that was gay too by Nick Fuentes.
Dude, again, the way they take all of the rage bait jokes, obviously that's a joke, dude.
It's crazy. They got red pill on Nick like clips and they seem to not understand the show. Right? It's almost like these people just have it's just like with everything. They just jumped on the bandwagon. They just watch clips. They have no idea about his show. They don't understand the context of any of his jokes. It's crazy.
Well, this is the thing is I think they're just lying. Like, because these guys for years have been saying, oh, Nick's the best and he red pilled me and he's so funny. He's so funny and hilarious. Right. And then now they're taking all of his jokes like they're sincere. So it's bullshit.
And this guy doesn't have a job because he was told to stay in his basement. There's nothing wrong with being in your basement. There's nothing wrong with being in your basement. And, why are you coming after me?
Dude, Nick doesn't say stay in your basement. He says make money, get good jobs, infiltrate the system, do well
He
in
literally
school.
wants people to go to church and find wives. Guys, do you understand that's our criticism of him? Do you understand that that's what we're saying about him? Like, we're saying that's actually not a good strategy for procreating, is to do what he's saying there. Yes, he individually is not practicing what he's preaching, and he is an incel, all those things. However, he consistently tells people to go to church and find a wife or find a girl and all these other things. And that position has been changing over the last year on him realizing that, I mean, Sarah Stock was a big one, obviously. We all know about that. But just like, can we just address what his actual arguments are? This is so stupid. He's not, whatever.
And why are you coming after me? Because I'm in my mom's basement. Yeah, so what? And so these people have stayed in their basement.
What is he talking about? Like, Nick's a self-made, probably multi-millionaire that has his own house. Why do you saying he's in his basement when makes like thousands in super chat every night? Like, that's the best you can come up with.
He 10x's you, Stu, in net worth. So shut the fuck up. You're retarded.
Yeah, and how'd you get your money, Stu? From fucking Zelenko pills, from Rabbi Zelenko pills, and ripping off old people for their IRAs with gold co?
Or what was it? Staying in the governor's mansion, trying to live in the governor's mansion.
Stu helps his audience by ripping him off with his meme coin scam, J-Proof.
Or charging $90, I think, for his Tartaria mud flood documentary. He literally charged $90 for that. I think that was the price, right? That was on that was a year.
They were supposed to, hide their political ideologies while they went through college. It was like a 30-year plan to then infiltrate the bureaucracy and hide their power and their aspirations and whatever, and then boom, make a surge or something and just hope that something pops off. Well, yeah, these people have wasted their whole lives. That's really bad for our country.
See, and they're really doing something. Stu says 110 and they're in Final Solution. And Dan says he wants to go pick up a gun and exterminate Israel or something like that, right? And he's going to run and lose in Florida against Randy Fine. That's doing something. That's crazy.
Led them there, they still now defend. A lot of them. There are a lot of them that have jumped ship too, though.
It's a cult. I mean, it's these people, they don't really believe in anything. And even then, it is
a cult.
Constantly.
It is a cult.
They'll just say whatever he says.
Nick and the Groypers are a cult. Yeah, it is. That's true.
They all admit all the time that they're a cult.
It's a political cult. And guess what? Every political movement of all of time was a cult. Stalin had a cult. Trotsky had a cult.
Nazis
Hitler
were a cult.
Was a cult.
Yeah.
Yes, all of the political action is done via cults of personality. That is how the world has worked since ancient times. That's how humans work. Being anti-cult is being anti-political. You're basically a libertarian.
Consistent belief.
Yeah, you got a little Muslim brown clown cult, Sneeko. Who are you to talk?
One day it's the Jews. Next day it's the Muslims. One day we love.
Yeah, Carlin has a Gnostic sex cult. Exactly.
Everyone's got a cult.
Yeah, we're in the anti-Abrahamic cult.
Sneeko. Next day, deport him, and one day, they're going to a mosque with cat ears and shooting it up. The next day,
he's an actor. He's an actor, just like everybody else in this occupied government. He is an actor.
Shooting, if it was actually a great
who's willing to read the lines from the script, because if you aren't, they get you the fuck out of here.
Oh, you're reading a script. Oh, you're an actor reading a script. They could just say that. You see, I hate this. Not addressing what they say, but questioning why they're saying it. Oh, you don't really think what you say. That's just a script you're being paid to say. That's like a complete cop-out of intellectual integrity to do that. And they always do it to me. Yeah, Stu, also, why are you teaming up with this guy who wants Islam to take over America? Oh, because you're both Duganists? Is that why? Anti-Western Duganists? That's probably why.
Just so
hey, Sneeko, what do you think of Stu and his flat Earth bullshit? Probably loves it. All right.
Well, that's where I think Professor Yang gets it for that kind of stuff.
Okay, this should be good. I haven't watched this one yet. Stu thinks they made a deal with Fuentes that he's going to become president one day. This should be good.
And the sad part about all of this is actually like Nick Fuentes is a really smart guy, and he's a great orator, and he's a very talented speaker, and he's got a ton of influence, and it's just really sad to watch him throw all that away for, I mean, I don't know. I think what happened is...
Yeah, but that's my question, though. What is happening to the movement, Stu?
I think
it
as
all
far as
away.
Nick is concerned, it's pretty obvious that he just made a deal. You know, he's
made a
saying
deal,
things
it's
now
obvious.
like he sides with Mizrahi, who wants to kill 6 billion Goyim. Isn't that enough?
Yeah.
He just told you what he wants to do.
Isn't that enough? A joke about you're so dumb that he wants the rabbi to kill you? Oh, yeah. What else do you need to know? He must
case
be...
closed.
Yeah, case closed. The movement, yeah.
The type of people that we need to humiliate their rhetoric because this is what's destroying society. He's like, oh, I love him. He's
not Stu's rhetoric, though. That doesn't need to be humiliated. Tartaria and flat earth and why are moons out at night and road mics blowing up and ball bank accounts. Now, dude, if the choice is between Nick or Stu's a retarded Christian controlled op just like Nick is. It's...
But Nick is doubling his IQ. So what are we like? And Nick is, I mean, he's already the public facing of this whole thing. I don't know. If people want to decrown Nick, then they need to pick a new crown person. And I haven't seen any suggestions. Like I haven't seen a new king.
I'll be the king.
Okay, you got it. All right. Well, I'm definitely not doing it.
Okay, no, hold on. Here we go. Let's see if this type of rhetoric needs to be humiliated.
They roll it out. It expands all the time, which is why now Ukraine is back in the news because that's like, you know, New Khazaria there.
Yeah, that's why it's in the news because it's New Khazaria.
Fuck you, Stu. I hate Stu.
And that's where these, you know, like Silk Road Satanist Eastern European wandering settlers call home.
That's, hold on, real quick.
European Satanist, guys. That's the real issue here.
That is like a direct quote from an Asha Logos video I watched the other day. Hey guys, I'm still working on the Khazar article, and I was watching an Asha Logos video to help me with the article because he does Khazar bullshit theory, and I was trying to find out what sources he does. And that whole Silk Road, blah blah blah, that whole spiel he just gave, that is from. I bet you that's part of what he's watching, or they're getting it from the same source material.
Stu was ahead of the game? Stu is such a newbie latecomer. He was promoting like Q-tard Trump shit, COVID, mental illness, and he was pro-Israel. He was calling Gaza's like Nazis. He was pro-Israel just a few years ago. What do you mean always?
Joke,
people are really this dumb? OG? You ain't no OG if you think Stu was ahead of the game. That's crazy.
And yeah, I know about the Arthur Koestler thing. I'm talking about something the specifically the Silk Road Black Khazars lore. That is a little bit in Koestler, but he's referencing other material.
Yeah, dude, this is Candace Owens' European pagan gypsy ball worshippers.
European wandering settlers for these, you know, like Silk Road Satanist
they
Eastern European wandering
call
settlers call home. Greater Israel, and that is where they will, you know,
Greater Israel is in Israel, dude. Nothing to do with a new Khazaria. There's no new. These are not Khazarians with some secret Khazar conspiracy. Anybody that promotes that is retarded disinfo. And Dugan propaganda, right, Nate Live?
Yep. The Khazar theory is a deeply Russian thing that comes literally from intellectual. It came from the intellectual hub of the USSR, and in all of their academia, they used to promote it. It was a very big deal. They would teach people anti-Zionist. They would teach international like communists and socialists, things like that they would send out to South America, send out to the Middle East, things like that. In their institutions in the USSR, behind the Iron Curtain, after World War II. All the way up till the fall of the Soviet Union, they were teaching this in their academics. So when you hear Khazar theory, understand the connections to Russia. It is so important, and we see it in front of us right now.
And ball and worship Satan and have sex with kids.
See, worship Baal, worship Satan. No, dude. Jews are Jews, and they worship Yahweh and follow the Torah, dude. If you can't get that right, then you don't belong here. Go back to talking about COVID and QAnon Trump shilling. I love how the guys that are brand new and get everything wrong act like they're in charge. And if they're going to call the people that have been doing this way longer than them, feds and whatever, and Jews. And scared to debate.
Stupid reasons.
Stu was supposed to debate me. Audio issue. He said he'd do it again. Silence.
That was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Because that's just who these people are. They are pedophiles, they're killers, they're mass murderers, they're degenerates. They're serious demons, man.
Demons, bro. We're dealing with real demons here, guys. Totally Khazar ball demons.
I can't.
So I just think that, like, you know, it's very obvious that Nick, I think that at the time, Nick was actually trying to build, you know, hope for a political solution in this country. But at this point, I think that he probably realized that the system is bigger than he thought that it was, that the enemy is different than who he may have thought that it was. He's always talked about this, but not like on a level where it's actually informative and educational and 100% truthful. There's always been, you know, some kind of outlier, some kind of a murkying the waters, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And now it's just like
If anybody's murkying the waters, it's you, dude. Are you kidding me? This is just crazy to me that the dumbest, most disinfo peddler is saying Nick is muddying the waters. What, because he doesn't go along with Candace and Charlie Kirk stuff?
Murkying the waters, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And
dude, the Jewish Encyclopedia, hold on, pause. Sorry, you have somebody in your chat. Jewish Encyclopedia admits that the Khazar hypothesis is true. Is totally that is totally false. That you're getting that from a meme that you saw in the replies to somewhere. The Jewish Encyclopedia does not admit in any way that the Khazar hypothesis is true. There's two different memes that you guys share. One of them is an entirely fabricated quote. The second one is an excerpt where if you just read 2 paragraphs above it, it quite literally says that the Khazar theory hypothesis is not true, and then it talks about Khazar merchants and the whole. That's what's going on there. The Jewish Encyclopedia does not admit that they're Khazars. Very stupid thing to say. Do some homework. I've written a 130-page.
There is an article about Khazars.
This is so stupid.
But they're not confirming the whole conspiracy. That's ridiculous. Hold on. I see in the chat, too. Where was it? Roth Athel says, somehow being a Christian con artist is not degenerate. Yeah, who is Stu to call anybody degenerate? Like, I heard him in Spaces wasted drunk, like, every single night of last year. He's got, like, issues at home with his wife throwing stuff and getting arrested. He's getting DUIs, crashing ATVs. He's got a lifelong rap sheet of crime. He was a degenerate rapper, and then I don't know how degenerate the rapper was. But he was a rapper and scams his audience with a shit coin, a meme coin.
Murkying the waters, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And now it's just like completely overt. And I think that Nick just aspires to have political power in this country. I think he wants to be the president. I think he wants to.
I don't think he wants that, actually.
Yeah, he says all the time he doesn't want to run for anything and never sees himself.
I don't think he even wants to do his
in office.
I don't think he wants to do his show anymore, dude. Like,
yeah, he wants to retire.
To respect his authority, and I think that he would do anything for that.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, coincidentally, maybe, but
no, Stu. Yes. You should respect our authority, Stu. What, we should respect your authority? What's your authority?
Immediate wake of Charlie Kirk's death, I don't think that there's been a bigger beneficiary to Charlie Kirk's death than Nick Fuentes, who is now obviously immediately after that. Remember the generational run? It was the New York Times, and it was like he was everywhere.
Wait, why is he saying that the generational run was only like post Charlie? That's just not.
Yeah.
That's just, the generation run started with you, Sneeko. Okay.
Dude,
Nick was in his own niche
special on NT. Nick has been getting media coverage since he was like 18 years old. These guys are just so new, they don't know. I remember Nick when he had like less than 100 followers, live viewers, and he first started his YouTube channel. They were doing like Viacom MTV documentaries about him back then. Before all of this, before Charlie Kirk died, he was on BBC interviewed by, I'm forgetting the dude's name. Who's the documentary guy?
Louis
Theroux.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Nick was just an absolute nobody until Charlie Kirk died. Yeah, great argument. This one's from Sneeko today, I think.
You know what's interesting, too? I saw Pablo keep saying, Sneeko doesn't have any friends. And then I bring on Jang yesterday, Stu Peters, Jake Shields is sliding, Dan Bilzerian is sliding, Owen Benjamin is sliding. Like, we have all of these people. And
yeah, dude. Yeah. I want nothing to do with any of those people. Those are the biggest retards on the internet. Dude, no friends? Check out the Alliance, bro. The Alliance of Flat Earth, like fucking retards. That's amazing. This is a flex, apparently. Psh, no friends? What about Owen Benjamin and Stu Peters and Jake Shields?
It's a sliding. Dan Bilzerian is sliding. Owen Benjamin is sliding. Like, we have all of these people. And not only that, you think, wait, who's Pablo's friends now? Is it that little who's that dude, the beard guy? It's like this.
You know, I got to say, Nick always talks about like his inner circle or his friends betraying him. Look at this again. Maybe he's picking bad friends. Maybe it's something to do with him and his ego or something. But look at this. Like, Nick was close with Sneeko and Jake and Dan. He went and visited Dan in Las Vegas at his mansion. Or Laura Loomer. And now all of the bridges are burned with all of those people. It is a bit of 109 friend. They're sliding. Yeah, what does that mean? Down sliding? Andrew Anglin. Yeah, that's another one.
40-year-old beard dude who thinks he's a supreme race. Well, I can't remember his name. Who else do they have?
Who are you talking about? Beardson?
Tice. That other guy. Like, who's on their team? Laura Loomer?
Talking about Beardson?
Who's his team? Like, at this point, who is Pablo Fuentberg's team?
It is true. Nick is like, these were his allies and his VIPs at his conference, and now they're all beefing with him now. So who is Nick's allies and friends now?
No.
Beardson?
I mean,
Amalek's the top Amalek's been
I'm the top groper general,
top groper general, Bulldog now.
There has been a shift. I mean, he's been, Basil, Keith Woods,
got promoted.
Things like that.
Spencer.
He is friends with those people. Spencer, I guess, like, I would say, like, but Nick has always been like this. Nick has always been like kind of like a recluse, I would say. Never, because he right away when he was like 18, he was getting burned. So I don't know to what degree he's ever had an inner circle. Like, I don't know if you could really say more than like Beardson and those guys. You know what I mean? The ones that have always been with him. And then Tenrio, yeah, like those types of people. I think that's really all he's got as far as like inner circle goes. And then as far as like public friends go, like I said, it's like Keith, Basil, Spencer, people like that.
I got lots of friends. I got lots of base pagan friends. Let's go.
Or Loomer, beard guy, and
Loomer and Nick have been beefing for like a year or two at this point.
And Andrew Tate locked up in jail. Like, what is America first now?
Yeah, that is an L on Nick. I think defending Tate still big L. He got. I agree with Nick at AFPAC 5 years ago when he said Tate belongs in jail. Keith Woods, love Keith Woods.
There, who it used to be Stu Peters. He was saying yesterday he spoke at the previous. Well, what's the movement now? Like, what is clavicular? Like, so it's clavicular.
Yeah, clavicular.
Beard guy, that Tice, the Tice cock, and Laura Loomer. That's and Randy Fine and Erica Kirk.
He's need assembling people a team. Like you guys, though. You're dead weight.
Yeah, you don't understand. We want nothing to do with you guys. We want you guys to disappear in your own little brown clown third world Russia propaganda corner of the internet. You guys can just go away. You guys are just going to lose. Good luck.
Nicolito Fuentes, who,
how funny is it that he's doing this Laura Loomer thing, guys?
Mm-hmm.
How funny is that? Everyone who's been listening to us on this show, me talking about how long have I been calling out Log to go arrest people and we need to get Log in on Dugan. We need to get Log in on this. Mm-hmm. And that Nick is calling Log on Sneeko. It's like, actually, like, maybe there is a God and maybe I'm a prophet, because that's pretty awesome that he's doing, like, because that is funny as shit. Laura Loomer does control the government, and it's kind of funny.
The guy, he's a Sephardic Jew. I mean, he told me this last year, and I didn't want to have to say this publicly, but now he's saying, like, Laura Loomer, can you just arrest Sneeko? Get the FBI and he's selling a shirt with my name on it that says "Deport Sneeko." But then people like this.
Should I get that shirt?
I'll just AI. We'll do an image AI it on our shirts. I'll wear a Deport Sneeko shirt. I support that.
Dude, one of the things that they talked about this, I don't even hear the clip. It doesn't matter. They were complaining. They were saying he loves Epstein now. They were saying, like, do you guys understand how dumb you are when you say something like that?
Yeah.
Like, you're taking it's so stupid.
Yeah.
He's selling a shirt that says "Deport Sneeko."
Stop playing.
There's a
sad.
website. It's like deportsneeko.com. You check it yourself.
There's a whole website.
Yeah. You have your
I love
laptop.
how it's just no big deal. If I was part Jewish like Sneeko or Owen Benjamin or Dan, I'd never hear the end of it. In fact, I never hear the end of it, and I'm 0% Jewish. It shows these people have absolutely no consistency.
So you can see. I want to see if the domain is deportsneeko.com. Yeah. There you go.
Oh my God, look at this. There it is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's
$40.
this is how you're gonna save the white race. And save America.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, dude, you want a Islamification of America, and you're platforming all of these anti-Western Russian propagandists like George Galloway and Professor Zhang and Dugan. You're trash. You're promoting Noahide Islam. All your followers are foreigners and non-white.
You're propped up by a network of a foreign government whose goal is to literally get us to self-destruct and destroy each other, and it's caused so much chaos in our politics that we can't even understand what's going on in our own country, in our own world. Okay, that is who he's being propped up by, is those bot networks and those people. Okay, so yeah, get the fuck out of our country.
You're in New York, right?
Yeah, New York. I'm in Manhattan.
You stream all the time, right?
Every day.
Like outside?
Every day.
I can't wait for you to come across the first person wearing this shirt.
I'm so excited to. Like, they think that this is going to own, but I would love to see what that
I want that to happen too. Yeah, that'll be great. Send Tenrio in.
Person looks like. I'm very excited.
Basil in one of the big Deport Sneeko shirts.
Yeah.
Send Michael Orthodox after him, actually. I know that's not a griper, but I think it can work.
Shouldn't happen. Please wear this outside. Please. If you believe in this, please wear it and take a picture.
What are you going to do?
To know what you look like. And
what are you going to do? Hamdallah and do a terrorist attack? Allah Akbar. What are you going to Allah Akbar if you see somebody wearing a shirt and chimp out?
Maybe that's our goal. Maybe that's our new mission, Adam. Maybe this is what we got to do. Maybe we got to teach the groypers about Islam and how they could really piss off Islam. Imagine if all the groypers were in the replies to Sneeko and all of his brown clown friends, and they're just flooding it with like, your Quran's false because in this verse it doesn't match with this verse, you stupid fuck, and all that other. And imagine that's where their minds were. They're really debunked, because right now they're just saying like, you're heretics, you're gonna burn in hell, you worship a demon, Muhammad had sex with 30 black men, like all this like really lowbrow stuff. You guys don't understand that you could actually like fuck them up if you're actually like deconstructing Islam. It's like 10 times more material than what we have for like Christianity. It's actually crazy how easy it is to just go through and prove that it's not true. And it's a Quran,
Nick,
it's not the
sorry,
Bible.
if you're a Christian, it doesn't land when you say Islam's like Judaism for brown people, because Sneeko turns around and goes, "You think a Jew created the universe?" So that's why you got to get out of the Abrahamic paradigm. Otherwise, you're just circling the wagon.
At least your arguments need to be the secular kind, right? Like,
public and say hi. We'll take a photo.
Oh, is that a threat?
What's your reaction to this?
Is the person
are you threatening to murder a groyper, Sneeko? That needs to be investigated.
That shirt going to deport you, because I know what the average groyper looks like.
What do they look like? They must like a 6'5" white chat.
I mean, they look like sexually deprived, UV ray deprived people. I mean, I've been around them. I had a lot of hope for them, actually. I really did.
Me too.
And the sad part about all of this is actually like Nick Fuentes is a really smart guy, and he's a great orator, and he's a very talented speaker, and he's got a ton of influence, and it's just really sad to watch him throw all that away
throw it all away to not join hands with the clown squad. That's amazing. Also, okay, he's got a point about groypers being non-white and incels and Christ cucks and all that, but remember Stu's top fan? Remember that woman that's like the queen of Stu's fan club? I don't think you want to go there, Stu.
I mean, as far as Nick is concerned, I don't necessarily know if it would be girls, because he seems to be gay.
You think so? Maybe it's just... What makes you think that?
No, he seems to be gay. Definitely. All of his mannerisms.
Is it the
you don't think he's gay?
Really?
Thank you, Da Vinci.
Davinson sent $50 on Rumble. I think it is possible to remove someone's citizenship from the USA. I hope to see it in my lifetime.
Or if we find out he's working with foreign agents or foreign bots or Russian propaganda, he should be in jail for a prison for being a traitor.
Yeah,
not deport.
exile him.
Exile
him to Puerto Rico. That would be a good
Hey,
place
if you
for
hate
him.
America and the West so much, it's so satanic and evil, go to move to a Muslim country.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Jocelyn's the queen of my fan club? Yeah, I'll put my queen up against your queen any day, Stu.
Think Nick's gay?
No.
Get mogged.
Come on. I just want to be alone on an island playing Fortnite. The cat boys are going to come. They're going to give us milk and cookies.
The cat boy thing, that was
Clavicular's
really good,
mogging. He's mogging and he's so cute when he's mogging.
Dude, you're friends. You act like he's not friends with Clavicular, too. I remember them
You are
streaming
gay,
and going
Sneeko.
out to the club.
Dude,
Yeah,
Sneeko is
Sneeko,
literally...
you're a cuck.
You're gay.
You sat in the cuck chair and watched your girlfriend get effed
You
by another
watch
guy.
gay porn. You were trying to come on to. I believe
Yeah.
Tate when he said that Sneeko was trying to come on to him. By the way, I think that when I listened to Tate tell that story, I think it was one of the only things Tate's ever told the truth about. I think that story's true.
Yeah,
And
Sneeko's talked about how he thought he was gay when he was in middle school or something.
What was that girl's name? Something the witch, his ex-girlfriend or whatever. She was talking about all sorts of I don't even want to say it out loud. Some of the grossest, craziest shit that they were doing. Okay, so I don't want to hear from these people. I don't. And I don't. This is part of the problem of making trad part of your politics too. By the way, it's because it becomes obsessed over this stupid shit.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but calling Clav gay when he's like hooking up with tons of hot girls all the time, for a living, like that's like the least gay thing, honestly. Xena.
Yes, Xena,
Okay.
dude. Xena the witch. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw
Don't recommend
Clavicular
listening to that.
responded to this too, and he's like, "Mogging's not gay. Mogging gets you girls."
Dude, the whole thing, the Clav, like I don't know. It's a weird, it's a weird thing.
Like,
but
hold on. Sneeko never wore a suit until Clav started wearing a suit, and they both went and got fitted for suits and went out and did streams together. They went and mogged together. They went to the club and mogged together, and now they're all gay. All his closest friends were all gay all along, and all secretly Jewish too.
it's super gay.
And he's infertile. He's the prophet. I want to worship his feet. Nah. Come on, seriously? This 27-year-old virgin who worships Clavicular? That guy's not gay.
I mean, as far as Nick is concerned, I don't necessarily know if it would be.
Clavicular doesn't really sleep with the girls. He's really just with Peter Thiel pretending. He's infertile and can't get hard. I don't know. Maybe you guys are onto something.
As far as Nick is concerned, I don't necessarily know if it would be girls because he seems to be gay.
This has been the best. This has been a great breakup.
He works in this woman. Who remember him?
now they're
His
attacking
my
Jones.
biology tells me something different about you. You're a beautiful woman. He's talking about Blair White.
He said
Two
talking
brown
to
queens
a
breaking
guy.
up. This is like a breakup. This breakup has been going on for quite a while.
God works in mysterious ways. He works in mysterious ways, and I'm looking at you, and God's telling me you're a girl.
No, my biology is telling me. Well, what is your biology doing? Your dick is getting hard. That's what that means. My biology is having a reaction eruption right now. And you're a beautiful woman in my eyes.
Sneeko's getting live
That
clips
guy,
right now.
I
just
liked
posted
him
one in the
better
chat
when
that
he
you
said
should
he was going to
watch.
stop drinking and start working out. I don't know what happened because clearly he's drunk all the time and he's.
What do you mean? Jones lost tons of weight. Ozempic Jones. You said people are clipping him right now?
I just posted in the chat a live clip that he just said this like maybe 10 minutes ago on his stream, I guess.
Let's do Professor Zhang talking about Clavicular on Sneeko yesterday.
The Luxmaxer Clavicular just wanted a propaganda tour in Israel. At first, they were very happy, and he was there with an IDF soldier. But one news station was mad because of the club song, that famous Ye song, and they started getting upset. What did you think about that propaganda tour?
I think that what's happening is just a sense of desperation and anxiety, right? So the idea that, Benjamin Netanyahu met with some influencers and said, we'll give you $7,000 a post. And we really need you to better manipulate American public opinion, right? And then bringing these people like Clavicular, who does he have any influence in America? I mean, I know he's popular, but is he influential? I mean, because he comes across as a clown, right?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, he's getting on Fox News, and he's getting a lot of major.
Clav is Israel's secret weapon, dude. His 2-day trip over there just changed everything. Clearly.
Interviews. It seems like the people in charge of the media definitely want to parade him around and get people, especially the youth. I'm seeing this idea of peptides, and clavicular is infertile. He said it on my stream. He can't have children because he's been taking testosterone for a long time. This is something that they want. I mean, the idea of plastic surgery, peptides, and Ozempic has never been more.
They want. Where are your kids, Sneeko? Are you one to talk about being infertile when you've got no kids?
Commonplace.
I personally think there's a major disconnect between reality.
Sneeko's like 10 years older than Clav too. And he's going to say, oh, you're infertile.
The elite, especially the Zionist elite, they live in their own bubble. They're all friends with each other, and they reinforce each other's prejudices.
Okay, dude. Zhang fell off. He sucks.
You can bring some Somalis on. The Somalis in Minnesota. It's been highlighted.
I'm nowhere near them. Our studios are, but
I hate
those people.
I hate Sneeko.
Is it a like how?
What?
Dude, he just said on his stream, the only thing that makes sense is that Nick is being paid by TPUSA to cover up the road mic.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm glad they're saying that stupid stuff.
Please get him.
Sneeko the other day with Dan, he's like,
anybody
that doesn't, hold on. Sneeko said anybody that doesn't agree that it's a road mic is being paid or they're a retard. Like, dude, fuck these guys. They are the worst. Total trash.
You can bring some Somalis on. The Somalis in Minnesota. It's been highlighted.
I'm nowhere near them. Our studios are, but I'm nowhere near those people.
Is it a like how much of an issue? Because you keep seeing Trump chimp out about it. He posted
It's a massive issue. Little Mogadishu, right down the street at Cedar Riverside, that neighborhood is like, it's a massive issue. These people are repugnant. They are vile, awful, destructive, disgusting, smelly, criminal.
Dude, Skunkytron says Adam's defending Clav going to Israel. No, I'm not defending that. I'm saying I don't think it was some huge, elaborate Hasbara operation. That's all I'm saying. Jeez.
If it was a very bad one because I think it worked in there against their favor.
Yeah,
by the way,
that's why I sarcastically said, "Oh, that was a game changer. Everything's changed now." Like, because obviously nothing changed.
If that was an operation like that, I don't know. It was a very bad one.
First good point by Stu about the Somalis and Sneeko's
drug
getting pissed.
addicted,
Like,
just they're like an infestation.
Isn't it like 10% of the population?
Yeah, that's 10% too much, Sneeko. He's like, oh, it's just 10%. Don't worry about it.
I don't know the percentage because I don't live in Minneapolis proper, so
Skunky
I don't really
was
care,
joking.
But that's pretty much where they are. And
So
far,
is this from your personal interactions? Like,
Clav took the same trip as me. Yeah, no. That seeing that makes me want to go to Israel. To be honest, I would go to Israel. Everybody claims I went already when I went on an anti-Israel, pro-Palestine trip to the West Bank, but I would go to Israel and fucking interview Jews. We can bring some content.
Yeah. Well,
what would happen? People would call me Jewish. Oh,
I was a bounty hunter for 15 years.
End of my life.
And they're going to deport him and put him on the news and freak out. Oh no, that's so bad.
Yeah, that would suck actually. But then I'd get some
years.
attention.
I was on the streets with these people in South Minneapolis, Little Mogadishu, North Minneapolis on the north side. That's where all the blacks are.
I'm going to do a book tour.
South Minneapolis is all
synagogue book tour in Israel.
You guys like it?
Fun.
To the Holy Land.
The GoFund, dude. I should do a GoFundMe for a synagogue book tour in Israel. That is a good idea.
You guys like it? I wish you didn't have to say that about the Somalis in Minnesota at the end, though.
Oh,
I met some actually. I met some yesterday, and I was like, they seemed like great people. You know, they were out here like visiting New York City. So,
Sneeko, the new right. Meanwhile, 2020 was doing BLM and calling for violence against systemic white supremacy. Mizrahi doesn't live in Israel. Mizrahi's in New York, guys. Full Middle East book tour. Well, I'll probably get murdered in the Muslim countries if I say Jesus is fake. I'll be safer in Israel on my book tour than in Muslim countries, I'll tell you that. Somali simpin', yeah. Okay, let's do the Amalek post. Here we go. Here's Nick's latest from Telegram. And we're almost done, guys. 3-hour show. We smashed the goal already, so no complaining here. But Nick says, lately it seems that the discourse has been permanently sabotaged by conspiratardism. Hello, I've been saying this. Any attempt to gain a deeper understanding through careful consideration of the facts is immediately shut down by paranoia, delusions, question begging, and purity spiraling. In the Charlie Kirk assassination, we are presented with forensic evidence, blah, blah, blah. How is it possible to engage thoughtfully with the issues if the moment that some people hear something they don't like or might not agree with, they assume it's the result of some conspiracy involving blackmail, intimidation, or counterintelligence? Feels like we're in the dark ages, just asking questions.
Yes!
And such was a climate of censorship and information monopoly by the institutional media. But now it's hurting rather than helping. Hey, guess what, Nick? Do you know who was responsible for the dark ages? Yeah, we're in a low IQ Christian Muslim peasant dark ages of kooky conspiratainment.
Yep. When I saw that part of the Dark Ages, I was like, oh, you got to see that. That's funny.
Yep.
I just, and then that one right there that I sent too. Yeah. This is the new one.
Last thing I'll say. Pablo Fuentberg is a Sephardic Jew. Okay, that's the savior of the white race. But I want you guys to understand, being ethnically Jewish is not a problem. It doesn't matter if you're ethnically Jewish. Whoa, the JQ movement seems to be confused about that.
Hey, you want to tell that to your buddies Jake and Stu that have been lying and calling me Jewish for years? Or not years, but how about that?
Waiting. Because Pablo Fuentberg's entire identity is based off of his skin, this is why it's hilarious and funny. I'm 12% or 10% Ashkenazi Jewish. Jesus is 100% Jewish. Whoa, yes. Did you know this? By ethnicity. The difference is people that are believing in superiority, and this was not part of Musa's religion. This was not part of what Isa brought, alayhi salam.
Yeah, why does he keep talking? Because it's race worship, skin worship. He's some, mutt of like 5 different things. So that's why he gravitates towards universal Islam.
Yeah.
Where he can fit in, because he doesn't fit in with any nationality.
Isn't
and
it
that's
crazy
why
how
he
Muslims
hates on people that do. He says, "Oh, you want to have like a white ethno state? Well, that's Jewish." Remember when he was saying that shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how they see it.
And Nick
that's
doesn't make being white his whole identity. He being Catholic is more his identity than even being white, because he's not really full white. Yeah, your identity is being a mixed brown person.
There's nothing wrong with being ethnically Jewish. It's the superiority mindset that people harbor. This is an issue. No race is better than another race. All right? Oh, but you're 12%. I know. The difference is I told you because I don't care. These people hide it because their identity is totally equal. Is based off of a lie. Their identity and their entire political ideology is based off their skin tone, which they are lying to you about. This is why when Pablo Fuentberg told me, please don't tell anybody. All right, you're tagging the FBI now. You are inspiring people to attack me in public.
I'm almost starting to believe Sneeko a little bit. Did Nick really tell him this?
I don't think so. I think that he's so stupid that Nick likely made the comment that, it's a Sephardic, Fuentes is a Sephardic last name, or made the joke of people calling him Sephardic, all those things, and that this idiot took it as like literal. That's what I think is going on. That's why there's like a sense of like him actually believing it. But the idea that like Nick would be like, hey, listen, Sneeko, I got something to tell you, and I'm going to tell you, and I don't want you to tell anybody. It's that, hey, my father's actually half Jewish. That's not, I think that's insane. Like the idea that Nick would do that, I just think is totally crazy. Especially after all of the fighting he's done against that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As soon as Pablo Fuentberg started saying, Dan Kazarian's a Jew, he's 12%. Do you know how badly I wanted to tell Dan? And so I'm gonna say another one right now. Should I or no? Or is it too much? You know what? I'll keep it in the chamber.
Oh, I want to know. Don't leave me hanging, Sneeko. What the hell? He claims Nick is getting paid by TPUSA. Okay, come on, dude.
Also, I'm going to put this out there. I think Pablo Fuentberg allegedly is getting paid by Turning Point USA. This is the only thing that makes sense.
This is
what I think happened is after January 6th, maybe there was there were a lot of people that were compromised because so many of the people that were at January 6th ended up getting arrested.
Yeah, he said Nick put a wire in his house. Yeah, I remember that too.
Also, I'm going to put this out there. I think Pablo Fuentberg allegedly is getting paid by Turning Point USA. This is the only thing that makes sense. What I think happened is after January 6th, maybe there was there were a lot of people that were compromised because so many of the people that were at January 6th ended up getting arrested. Pablo Fuentberg is there. There's a video of him with a megaphone going, "Storm the Capitol, go in, take it back," all this stuff allegedly.
And that was all before you put him on his generational run and became close friends with him and worked together and went to his conferences and all of that. What does that say about you? Dude, all these people are so bad faith, dude. I just hate all of these people. You know, the Groypers aren't any better. They've been fucking lying about me and doing all this shit long before these people even showed up.
I don't know what I'm talking about. And then he doesn't get arrested, but it's like people, this other guy, Baked Alaska, went to jail for like 3 months, 2 months.
Hey, Sneeko, where does Nick Funstein get his height from?
Yeah, that's because Baked Alaska was in Nancy Pelosi's office. That's the difference.
Mexico.
LM
I
don't know why people think that these types of things are going to work.
Yeah.
Like,
hey,
as if
let's do
they're
the
the
same
ones
thing that
breaking
had been
this.
said for years about him. Yeah,
Yeah,
Elon and Tucker have called him a Fed, so nothing happened. But now this is really going to change everything.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I don't.
And then what I think happened, I think when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, I remember.
David Sin sent $10 on Rumble. Everyone I know that is Spanish or Latino says they are part Sephardic Jew. It is like there I have some Native American blood.
Yeah, it reminds me of AOC said that also.
Yeah.
The day he got assassinated, he didn't go live, like, out of respect, right? After years of, like, trying to destroy his movement. He was back. And same thing with me, too. I was talking crap about Charlie Kirk all the time. But I went live the night he got assassinated, and I said, I think it's Israel. Literally, go back. What was it, September 12th?
So what, Nick didn't stream the first night because he didn't know if it was a Groyper or not, maybe? He was worried it was a Groyper that did it? Hold on, this is the logic. Nick didn't stream the night that Charlie got murdered, which I don't know if I did either. I think I did the next day. But you did and blamed Israel right away. So what else do you need to hear, guys? The first day he blamed Israel. And Nick didn't, so he must be paid by TPUSA.
He got assassinated.
Obviously, he didn't do a show. He had to be meeting. He had to have been meeting, obviously, with the TPUSA officials.
Yeah, he's on the phone with Erica Kirk getting his talking points, obviously.
Dude, what's their next attack going to be? They're going to bring up his sister? You guys think that's... Oh, we brought up his sister. We win. Like, is that what you guys are going to be doing here? Because, you're going to need to do a little bit better job. You're going to need to come up with some new material, I would say, because I've been watching this whole thing for more than 10 years now. That's not going to work.
$5. Please stop staring into the camera when you tell your painfully unfunny jokes. You are so cringy. No, I'm not Christian.
Staring into the camera? The camera's right in front of my monitor, bro. I actually don't do a good job at looking at the camera. I'm like all over the place.
But I went live the night he got assassinated, and I said, I think it's Israel.
What joke did I say is corny, too, by the way? What's the corny joke? I'm allowed a dad joke every now and then, too, also. Thanks for your shekels.
Literally,
bitch.
go back. What was it, September 12th? I said this first day, Israel killed Charlie Kirk, allegedly, in my opinion. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Do you want
Pablo Fuentberg doesn't go live. He goes live right after. You know what he says? The left wants to kill you. The left.
Dude, the left was all celebrating it. Charlie said all the time that the left wanted to kill him. It turned out to be a leftist. This is so stupid.
Right after. You know what he says? The left wants to kill you. The left. Did 9/11? The left sunk the USS Liberty? The left?
Dude, how retarded is Sneeko? Because Jews did other things, that means the left isn't violent towards right-wingers? This is amazing. Don't blink either. Sorry, did I blink too much?
Owns AIPAC? The left. I think anyone pushing this right-left slop does it because they know that it's going to be really easy to monetize. Creating this us versus them, keeping people in a two-party system forever that serves the same master.
Dude, they want to keep us divided. We just got to have America First united with all the communists there talking about white guilt and stuff. Dude, that's crazy.
This is so dumb.
So dumb.
We see multipolarity and stop seeing race, and we'll just unite together as all the goyim and the peasants together against the Jews, and we'll just get really angry, hyped up on conspiracy bullshit.
Yeah. He's like, you think the left didn't like Charlie? Well, what do you think? Jews aren't behind APEC? Like, what?
I think he was approached by Turning Point, and they said, hey, say that it was Tyler Robinson, say that it was the leftists, push these talking points, call people low IQ anti-Semites if they...
Yeah, great. Yeah, makes total sense, right, Amalek? The organization that Nick feuded with for years and kicked him out of every conference he tried to go to. And Charlie Kirk, who hated Nick and just a few weeks before was furious that Dinesh D'Souza did a debate with Nick and that called Nick all these terrible things over the years.
Yeah, they were like, oh,
Charlie
Charlie's
got
dead.
died, and they're like, get Nick on the phone right away. We need Nick on our side.
Call him up. Let's go. Oh, my God,
Give him
Charlie's
an
dead.
offer he can't refuse. Oh, my God.
Well, I guess we got to call Nick. Yeah, the leader and CEO of our company is dead, and the entire, the future of our whole brand, and the guy that we thought was our best friend, and he was going to become president one day, he died. What do we got to do? Call Nick.
Yeah.
Fuck off. These guys these people they don't even have the brains, the ability to see and understand the world in real time. They actually do need it to be spoon-fed to them. This is crazy how dumb they are.
They're
never going to do anything.
Use the JQ movement and infiltrate it to try to disrupt everybody. You have to.
Yeah, I love it that they're saying Nick infiltrated the movement. I mean, it'd be one thing if I said that or if other people said that. Maybe you can make an argument for it. But for all of these brand new people to claim that people been around for a decade have infiltrated the movement, dude, you got hopped into his movement. You got the talking points from him. You rode his coattails. You don't get, if anybody infiltrated, it's all you idiots. Amazing.
I think Nick talks about this when he says, I am the movement. How do you have a movement when you don't even have any motion? That's you guys right now. You guys got red pilled by that guy, and now you're doing this thing. You guys are just noobs.
They try to build a movement. People like Dan Bilzerian, for example, ankle bite him forever if he tries to run for Congress.
Yeah, dude, Nick totally infiltrated Dan's movement. Like, what are you talking about? Nick promoted Dan until Dan called him a fed.
$5 on Rumble. You think the left killed Charlie? So Carthage didn't exist?
Yeah.
Dividing by white supremacy?
Yeah.
It's so stupid, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like the Jews did USS Liberty, so that means they killed Charlie Kirk. That's your logic, Sneeko? Wow.
You got those America First deplorables. They go on CNN. They actually care about this country. You need to call them fat. You need to worship a mogger. Go on all fours and say that mogging is cool. Reddit-True-Tide's cool. Be an infertile guy. And clavicular's the prophet, allegedly, in my opinion.
Sneeko was bros with clavicular too, man. Like, what? You're in no place to talk. All right, last one, and then we're going to close out. The Hill, some woman screaming about Nick Fuentes on the Hill.
Talk about it.
Point two.
You're protecting.
And I promise you guys, no more Sneeko for at least a week. I can't say that because he's so cold. I gotta expose Sneeko.
Yeah. What if he drops something crazy, dude?
Yeah, he's too retarded. I can't not cover.
Support terrorist groups.
Right, you're pretending like far-right people don't exist in the same podcast space. Nick Fuentes, who said, your body, my choice. Nick Fuentes, who's anti-LGBTQ. Nick Fuentes, who's anti-black. Nick Fuentes, who's anti-Jewish. Like, what do you mean? These are people that exist and have big platforms in the far-right space.
I believe that one of the... welcome and is not going to be embraced by any Republican figure, period. You're aligning over a lot of differences and distinctions and people fighting.
Nick BTFO'd with the pink tie. Nick has no business being in the Republican Party. That's great. He is not welcome in the Republican platform.
amongst each other or fighting with Nick Fuentes or fighting with Tucker Carlson. They're not fighting with Kyle Kulinski there. No one's going to speak up on that thing and say, excuse me, you just evinced support for terrorism. And
If you
that's
show
wrong.
me
And
the
that's
clip
bad
where-
for
Just to be very clear, this guy is
they're not.
probably sober or whatever. He's from the Hill, obviously, and he literally was married to a woman for 10 years, divorced her, and is now engaged to a man.
Oh.
Just so we're clear.
Sounds like a real conservative to me.
No, not a real conservative. Even better. Yeah. Libertarian, dude. Libertarian. I
Oh,
followed this guy for a long time as
libertarian
far as
days.
because I watch news I disagree with, so I actually liked their show on the Hill. They had. Yeah.
Jocelyn says when they're crashing out, you literally can't look away. I know. It's a good I told you so moment too. Hey, I told you so. Watching the train
just
wreck
evinced
is
support
fun.
for terrorism, and
If you
that's
show
wrong.
me
And
the
that's
clip
bad
where
for our party.
Daria Lisa Avila
They're
Shamayo
nodding
is
in
sitting there,
agreement because they agree
if you
with
show
it.
me the clip where she's saying yes, I agree with you, then we can have a conversation about it. But if you show me him saying something on his lonely by himself, talking directly to the camera, and then saying people joined later or around that conversation and saying they agree with it is not the same thing.
You're being. I support the terrorist group,
But he's
And
a
so does the
podcaster.
other people in the
Nick
street
Fuentes
nodding
says,
along.
I hate people that are gay and I hate
But
black people.
I'm not taking any responsibility for
exactly.
Nick
So then
Fuentes.
they shouldn't have to take responsibility for a podcaster. These are elected officials that are not saying those things. That's what I'm telling you. So if no one is taking responsibility for Nick Fuentes,
Sounds like she has a fair argument. It sounds like they're talking about who's the guy on the left that everybody's Cuba, brown guy, small head, big shoulders, small head. God, what's
I know
the
who you're
dude's
talking. I
name?
just can't think of his
Big
name.
streamer.
Hassan
Piker. They're
Yeah,
like
they are
he-
trying-
they're- yeah,
Dude,
they're
they've been
saying,
trying to do
well,
this
there's
with it.
Hassan Piker and he's bad, and she's like, well, you guys have Nick Fuentes and he's bad. That's what's going on.
Yeah, and it's a stupid argument because whatever. It's a dumb argument because Hassan is a non-racial. Like he is, this is a stupid argument though.
even though his voice was held in the movement, if no one is taking any responsibility for a commentator,
If Nick Fuentes
Hanania, who made
was
up
on a stream with a bunch of
this guy was part of the
Republican
government.
candidates,
Richard Hanania
then
made up
you
the-
bet the mainstream.
Richard Hanania.
Let's go, Richard Hanania.
Dude, how
shout
dare you,
out.
Richard? Richard
I pre-ordered
is a Nazi.
I pre-ordered Hanania's book. I can't wait for it to get here. Not because I'm a huge Hanania fan, but I heard there's a chapter in there that I need to read. So I gotta support Hanania, guys. His book, what's it called? Khakiocracy or something like that. You can hate Hanania all you want, but he was right about a lot of things. I used to hate that guy so much. I still kind of do. He's annoying
This
as
is
shit.
Hanania.
Ugly
I haven't seen him
retard.
for a while.
Yeah, he used to appear on your timeline a lot more. Now not so much these days. Mixed on Hanania, but I don't know. I'll read his book. I read stuff I hate all the time. I read stuff I disagree with all the time. So we'll check it out.
Media would be
racist made
Richard
up.
Hanania is
Dude, Crypto, I think you have a point. He says Nick has a better chance of coming out as gay and taking over the Democrats. You might be onto something, actually. Richard Spencer and Nick Fuentes take over the Republican Party. Radical, extremist, centrist. I'm down, dude. Sounds
I mean,
like
the
a
Democrat
ticket.
Party.
I'm more
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that than the Tucker Carlson, Dugan,
Well, the
Sneeko,
DSA is
Dan
doing it.
Bilzerian. What?
They're terrified of the DSA. That's kind of what they're trying to. That's really what's going on in the Democratic Party right now. Is they're basically like having a civil internal war where the DSA is trying to like take power to what degree they can in a way that Nick wants to do with the Groypers in the coming, Republican turnover. That's what they're trying to do with the DSA. So that's kind of what the Hassan thing is. It's like a proxy for this DSA problem that the Democrats are having. And I mean, Carlin, I suggest you guys watch her coverage of the DSA. She knows more about it than anybody, if you're trying to understand that.
Shout out, Carlin. All right. Thank you, Amalek, for joining. Thank you, everybody. Big shout out for all the donos hitting the goal. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you so much. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. I'll be back tomorrow. And you guys have a nice night. Take care. Thank you, Skunky Drawn. Don't forget, guys, down with Yahweh, hail the old gods, and go to the gym and eat some beef jerky.